Hello. So, was going to finish Dragon Quest XI on Thursday, but what ended up happening is I ended up staying up late last night to level up my team to get them strong enough to fight Cosmos, and I even did a test run to try and beat it, see if I could beat him, and I ended up kicking his ass on my first try. So it was still a challenge, but was able to do it. And as soon as I got the finishing blow, as soon as I got the finishing blow, I turned off the game and immediately and decided that okay, if I can do this in this enough time, let me just let me just have the start of Monday's stream be this, me beating this, so that I can finish my time with this, and then the second half will be Final Fantasy VII. So this is kind of a double feature y'all are getting today because I'm able to do a longer stream today, and I'm unable to do Halo because some of my teammates aren't able to join me for it. So first half of this stream is going to be me beating Dragon Quest XI. There's like one or two more places I need to visit that I wasn't able to on Saturday stream because I wanted to make sure that I had beaten Cosmos by the end of the night. But since we're doing this, I can go ahead and visit them. So I'm going to visit these one or two places that I want to visit. I'll show y'all what exactly I did to get stronger, because there's a couple of things I did. And then after that, I will do the big fight with Cosmos and beat him, and we will see the ending of the game, and then I'll give my final thoughts on this game. And then after that, what'll happen is I'll cut the stream for just a second, give like a definitive VOD for the end of Dragon Quest XI, and then I'll immediately restart the stream, and we'll start the rest of the time will be Final Fantasy VII. So it's really going to be like two smaller streams back to back. Is kind of how I'm envisioning this. Yeah, let me go ahead and show you. I'll show y'all some of the things I did. First thing I did is I buffed up everyone's gear. Like Supreme, I went and of course I leveled up. That's actually out of order. First thing I did is not buffing. That was the last thing I did was buffing up everyone's gear. The first thing I did is get everyone new gear. Brawl over here, I got him this Metal King armor I found. Jade, I actually did end up beating the fourth Wheel of Harma, and I got her the Zenlon gown and hair ring. And the way I beat it is something that I'm so annoyed at myself for not thinking of on stream, that as soon as I realized I could do it, I ended up booting up OBS and recorded me beating the Wheel of Harma so I can show y'all what I did, because I'm just so annoyed at myself. I'm so annoyed at myself with as many attempts as I made. I never thought to do this one. Never thought to do this thing. But we'll watch that a little bit later. See, I got Jade the Zenlon gown and hair ring. I got Eric some new stuff. I got him a new outfit, the Assassin's Attire, and I got him Time Shear, which is a dagger that has a chance of stopping enemies in time. Then Serena, I got Serena a new wand with the get up and glow stick. Veronica, I got her a new hat with the Crown of Eternity. I was going to get the gown, but I didn't. I was going to get the gown, but I ended up being able to beat him with just not having the full set. So she got that. Sylvando, I ended up forging two new swords for the Shamshir of Light and the Sword of Judgment. So I've got Sylvando's. I now have Jade's exclusive super weapon, or one of Jade's exclusive super weapons with the Heaven's Talon, one of Eric's super weapons with the Time Shear, and one of Sylvando's super weapons with the Shamshir of Light. I also got him the Sword of Judgment. Then I didn't really end up doing much for Hendrik as far as new gear goes. And then lastly, Rab, I ended up getting him a whole new outfit with the Yggdrasil crown and Yggdrasil dress coat. So that was the first thing I did. Was I got everyone new gear, and in the process of getting everyone new gear, they ended up leveling up quite a bit. I ended up only Eric ended up getting to about level 70, but the others were close enough to where I was able to make it work. The second thing I did was, of course, the second thing I did was boosting everyone's gear. So I realized okay, there's some of this. I got at least everyone except for Brawliver, because he already has a bunch of super good gear. I just ended up fighting that Metal King armor. But everyone except for Hendrik, I ended up getting new gear. But what I did with everyone's gear that I could, I went back and I reforged them. Because as I got higher in level, I was able to reforge stronger gear. So, reforged Supreme Sword of Light, reforged this Metal King armor, reforged the Titan's Belt. I tried to reforge the Ogler's Digest, but we might have to see if I can do that one time, just as a fun thing to end the playthrough on. See if I can reforge the Bunny Girl magazine. Then, for Jade, reforge Heaven's Talon, forge this, Zenlong Gown and Zenlong Hairring with some buffs. Reforged everyone's accessories to be at least a little stronger. Because that's something I didn't think of when I was, like, doing my first couple of runs, but then off stream I was like, oh, why didn't I just... If I can't get everyone all new gear, because at this point, like, it would take a lot of, like, really rare materials to get everyone all new gear. Why don't I reforge some of the gear they already have? Yeah, just went around and reforged as many people's outfits and equipments and accessories as I could, because even for the accessories, just reforging them a little bit gives them a little boost to, like, the stat boosts that they give to each character increases. And yeah, so again, I'll show you all how I beat Fourth Wheel of Harma in a little, how I finally managed to beat it, and just because I'm so annoyed at myself that I did not think of how to beat it off stream. But before we go off and I go off and fight Kalasmos, and before I show you all that, there's a couple other towns I wanted to visit that I just didn't get to because I had to cut for time, like I was saying. Specifically, wanted to visit Honolulu. Oh wait, what's going on? Okay, the game's audio cut out for a second. There, that was weird. Hopefully that's not something that's going to happen more of. Hopefully that won't happen more. Yeah, want to visit Honolulu because I know there's something there that I didn't get to look at. Wanted to visit Nautica to just see how the Mermaid Queen's doing. And then visit L'Académie de Notre Maître de la Médaille, which is, to turn in all these mini-medals I have. There's also the things in Sniffelheim to get, like, the, to like help finish rebuilding Cobblestone, but I don't think I'm gonna. That might take a little bit because there's a couple of tough boss fights to do for that. You have to refight that serpent, the serpent that had been frozen in a block of ice. The second of Sniffelheim's 11 curses. You got to refight them in an even stronger version, and then you got to refight the Jorman, the monster that was like guarding Crystalinda's power. That was like. Had taken a percentage of Crystalinda's powers. It gets revived by Kalasmos, and you have to fight it, and you have to physically defeat it with a lightning spell in order to revive it as it being friendly. And while I could do that, that would take a little bit of time, and frankly, I do still really like this game. I think it's an amazing game. We'll get more into that once I beat it, but after having done a 9-hour stream and beat on Saturday to try and beat it, wasn't able to, and had to spend, like, most of my Sunday that I was hoping to use to catch up on some stuff. I had to spending most of my Sunday just training in this game, beat the final boss, so I can beat this game this week. I'm ready to end my time. I maybe at some point, like, while going through the stuff off stream, I thought, like, maybe at some point it'd be worth returning to this game and trying to actually 100% it, if possible. That would be something I do a long time in the future when I'm feeling ready to, and I'd basically just pick up from this playthrough, and just continue getting, like, as close to 100% as I could. But that would be far into the future if I did that. For now, I'm ready to end this. I want to play Unicorn Overlord. Dang it! I tried playing it off stream, and I was able to play a little bit off stream, but because of how busy the past couple of weeks have been, I only got to get, like, a couple hours into it off stream. These streams have really become the main way for me to play most video games. Like, if I can get the chance, I might be able to play, like, one game off stream, maybe two, but it's still slow going. it'll still take me a bit of time to do so. Unless it's like a really short game. Okay, let me turn in all these remaining mini-medals. L'Académie de Notre Maître de Médailles welcomes you, young man. And I see that you brought me 30 mini-medals. Magnifique. Allow me to stamp your album. Agility. Wait, okay, he's saying this. Felicitations, young man. Your reward for collecting 45 stamps is an Agility Gillette. A maximally magnificent prize indeed. Felicitations, young man. You've completely filled the page of your album de médailles. This is not a miniature achievement in the slightest. You have maxed out this page, but your career as a metal detector extraordinaire is not yet at an end. Now it is time to turn over a new leaf. Felicitations, young man. Your reward for collecting 50 stamps is a Glombolero, a maximally magnificent prize indeed. As voila, you've now collected a total of 51 stamps. 2 millimeters coming when your total reaches 55, and reward you to suit a spiked armor. Now isn't that a maximally magnificent prize? Thank you. Okay, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna disconnect the Elgato and reactivate it for a second, because I'm noticing that the footage on my screen and the footage that's showing on here is like off by a little bit, so hold on. Okay, now they're back normal. Something must have happened with that audio breaking down, where it also broke down the video. Yeah, there's... Let me check the stats on these items. I don't think they're going to be better than the stuff I have. Glombolero. Nope. An incredible coat that can absorb emit from any spell cast on the wearer. Yeah, I don't think... Well, that'll increase your agility even further, but, yeah, no, not worth it. I'll go through everyone's stuff, but I don't think that's actually worth... Well, it's not worth equipping on anyone. What I'll probably do before, as one last thing, before, fighting Kalasmos, is I'll sell off some of this stuff I'm not using. So we'll do one last, like, purging of, like, equipment I don't need. So selling off any items or weapons I don't want to keep. Or, like, really just moving any items or weapons that characters are carrying that I'm not having them use, move that to the equipment bag out of their inventories to give them more space for items. I think, actually... You know what? Just as a precaution... No. You should be fine. Okay. Next area, let me go to Honolulu. So yeah, I know originally this game was supposed to be, like, the finale for this was going to be Thursday, and I know it was a bit sudden to change it to the first part of today's stream, but after, like, all the training I did yesterday, I realized that I could beat this, and it wouldn't even take me a full stream to beat, to do the last stuff I wanted to. Kelly AFU rating with the party of 1, thank you! Welcome in! Welcome to the surprise true finale of Dragon Quest XI. And then I'll be playing more FF7 after this. Right, let me try. Hold on, let me read this out. Welcome to Honolulu, the seaside paradise of crystal waters and perfect pearls. We hope you enjoy your stay. If I could finally say that and actually mean it. Thank you, friend. You saved us. Okay, there's something going on. I know that there's something bad going on here, because there's always something bad going on in each of these cities after Kalasmos woke up. Yeah, if you're just coming into the stream, what's happening is, Saturday was supposed to be the finale for Dragon Quest XI, but I ended up doing like a 9-hour stream to try and put it to end this game, but I wasn't able to get strong enough to beat the boss. So I spent all of yesterday, like, training and getting stronger, improving my gear, leveling up characters to get them stronger to where they could beat Kalasmos. And I ended up getting stronger to where I think I can do it, and it wouldn't even take me a full stream. And while this is usually Halo night, but some of my teammates, aren't able to join me for co-op and Halo Reach because their jobs are keeping them a bit longer than when I usually start the stream. So instead, y'all are getting like a big 6-hour stream now. This is kind of a bonus, like one of the bigger streams, where it's effectively 2 streams in one. The first half of this stream will be the true finale of Dragon Quest XI. We're gonna beat that. I'm gonna beat that giant Dorito bug, Pelasmos, and then after I do that, I'll cut the stream for just a second, like stop the stream, and then I'll immediately restart it, and we'll do more Final Fantasy VII. And then if I do this, me doing this means that not only will I get to like beat Dragon Quest XI, but that in addition to that, tomorrow can be more Dying for Life for Dark Souls 1. And then Thursday can be more I can return to Unicorn Overlord, which I've been wanting to do for a long time. Kelly says grinding day then. Yeah, kinda. It wasn't exactly grinding, like I didn't just go out and look for places to level up in. I was more so getting like new gear, improving the gear I had, and like finding rare materials in order to improve the gear. And just along the way, while doing that stuff, ended up like leveling my team up higher. Kelly says, "What chapter are you in with 7?" I'm not sure the exact chapter I'm in with 7, but from what I was told by on Saturday, because I'm doing this stream today, where the second half of this stream is going to be FF7, and then Saturday is going to be the big weekend stream is going to be more FF7. It's likely I'm going to reach the end of Disc 1 in FF7 by the end of Saturday's stream. With me beating this game today, FF7 is going to take over the big Saturday streams. So it's looking like I'll be beating Disc 1 of FF7 on Saturday. But how'd your stream go, Kelly? Hope it went well. And thank you again for the raid. And I keep talking to people. Now, let me talk to some people, see what's going on. There should be... What's effectively going on right now is because I've done all the training I need to do, there's like 1 or 2 towns I didn't visit on Saturday because I didn't think I'd have the time. And now that I have this time, I'm going to go ahead and visit them. And then after that, I'm going to show y'all exactly what I did to get stronger. Mostly what I did was I got new gear for everyone. Went item farming and then forged new gear, or reforged everyone's gear to get stronger for about every character. The one thing though that I want to show y'all how I got is the Zenlon gown and hair ring, because these 2 things I spent like a long time in multiple streams trying to beat this special challenge that you have to do in order to get the recipe for this. And I ended up beating it off stream. And the way I figured out how I could beat it, I was like, it was so like simple that I'm kind of annoyed at myself for not having thought of it on stream. Alright, let me see what they're going on. Tentaculars used to hang around the coast to the north, the little island west of Zartrus. Not just a question of beating one to a pulp to make an alpha fit for a god. You have to finish all... okay, this is... Right, okay, this is a quest I already accepted. He wants me to beat a specific monster with a specific pet power, which is just... It's so many layers of RNG, It's so many layers of RNG, it's like... It's doable, but it's going to be tedious to do. Aloha, chum. You're just the guy I'm looking for. You see, there's something I need your help with. Not long ago, the fishing fleet sailed out to the sea west of here in search of pearls. Seemed they strayed to a nest of ferocious mermen and were attacked on sight. According to the boys who made it back, your pal Kai was a real hero. He made the monsters chase him so the rest of the fleet could escape. We did all we can to try and bring him back, but we're fishers, not fighters. Those things are too tough for us. And that's where you come in. You beat the tentacular, right? The merman will be a breeze for you. What'd you say, buddy? Will you rescue Kai? Sure, I guess so. Oh, thank you. Just some kind of savior, you know that? A lot of Lulu owes you big. The fleet was attacked way over to the west, close to the Valorian Triangle. That's a place where ships up and vanish off the face of the ocean. The boy said that Kai sailed straight through the middle of the triangle and disappeared into the fog. I guess he's still in there someplace. There you go. You just gotta sail it after him and bring him back. My Kai, Paul Mackay. Good luck, friend. Or it's likely my K Pomake. That's probably what it is, not with the hard eyes. Alright. Well, let me go sailing. Let me go off sailing and find Kai. Yeah, I basically just want to go save Kai with Long Lulu, then I'll visit Nautica, see how the Mermaid Queen's doing, and then I'll show you what I did, and I'll go ahead and fight Kalazimos. So, too much left in here. Then, and after the game ends, I'll give my final thoughts on this game and how my experience went with it. Where's this Valorian Triangle? It didn't really give me many details. Hold on. Can I see it off the horizon? I'm not sure. Oh, hold on. Okay, the Valorian... Wait, I remember. The Valorian Triangle. It's where we first met Michelle. That's right. It's the island where that sandbar is where we first met Michelle. So I have to go back there.
Excellent.
So everyone's got, like, everyone's gear has been upgraded further. Or they've gotten new gear. And everyone's strong enough to where we can beat Kalazimos. Just doing one or two things first, so that, one, to give people time to come and watch the stream before the big final battle happens. And two, just because, yeah, the main reason was what I was saying earlier. I wanted to do some of this stuff on Saturday stream, but we didn't have the time. And I think I said this as well on Saturday. I said this on Saturday, I believe. I guess I could have taken like another 1 or 2 weekends to beat this game. Like, yeah, I guess I could have taken another 1 or 2 weekends to beat this game. Like, make sure I had done everything, all of like the side story stuff in the 3rd act before even trying to fight Kalazimos. But I do really like this game. I've had a blast playing it. But I started this game in January. It's now April. It's almost near the end of April. This is taking me even longer. This will probably end up being the 2nd longest playthrough on the channel. At the time of me doing this, this has become the 2nd longest playthrough on the channel. In terms of, like, me playing it concurrently over the course of, like, playthroughs I did over the course of, like, I did at least one stream of it every single week. Basically, this is taking me, like, yeah, this is basically taking me, like, the entire first third of this year. And I'm glad I did it. Glad I returned to this, but it is time to... So this is only behind SRW 30, yeah? Yes, only behind SRW 30. And well, let's hope that no playthrough... I don't know what game could beat SRW 30 in playthrough length. It'd have to be, like, a very big game. Maybe if I whenever the next Super Robot Wars game releases, and I do end up doing another, like, Game Amazing Journey on it, or a Game Amazing Journey on it, which is basically what I'm calling those big playthroughs. that where I play a game in full beforehand and try to show y'all everything in the game. If I did one of those for one of, or you know, okay, that game. Sorry, there is one other game that could end up taking this long. Yeah, and there is another game that could definitely take as long as like 10 months, or longer than 10 months, which was how long it took me to beat Super Robot Wars 30, do a Brawl Kaiser fan of Super Wars 30. FF Final Fantasy 14 and all of its expansions whenever I get to that. If I were to, playing through Final Fantasy 14 and all of its expansions in a row, that might, because I don't know how many expansions they are, and I don't know how long the base game and each of the expansions are, so... Sleepers would 100% guideless completion of Trails to Azure could do it, or Cold Steel 4. My goodness. What am I doing to myself? So, I think my final playtime of Cold Steel 4 was 165 hours. But... then in that case, I could see that if it takes me that long to beat it, it could end up beating Dragon Quest XI. But I don't think it'd end up beating Super Robot Wars 30, because the final playthrough time for that was about 300 hours. Yeah, at the last stream for it ended up, like, I think I still have, like, a picture of, like, the time it took. Oh, another thing I did is because I got all these level ups, in order to make people stronger, I kind of like I also went through and like gave them a bunch of different abilities, mainly stat boosting abilities. Yeah, mainly stat boosting abilities, whatever stat boosting abilities I could give them, because they kind of have all the or a skill panel, stat boosting skill panels, because they already have like all the abilities, move set wise that I would need to beat, that I would need to win that final battle. Also, hi Sleepless, hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, again, I know this is a bit weird, because I originally said that I'd be beating this on Thursday, but with how I was able to beat, like, I did a trial run yesterday and beat Pelasmos in that trial run, and then I ended up, like, as soon as the final hit landed and it did the big slow motion, I immediately turned off the game. And at that point, I was like, okay, this wouldn't even take me a full stream to beat him this time, with how stronger this team has gotten. So me doing it now means I can return to Unicorn Overlord, and I really want to return to Unicorn Overlord. Slim says FF14 is relatively quick. AAR is only 50-55 hours. That is not quick. Heaven's Sword and Stormblood are 50 to 20 pop. Shadowbringers is 22 to 23, and Endwalker's like 30. So maybe it was 7 to 10 hours between patches for the interlude quest between expansions. Okay, going by those numbers, at the least 50 hours. I'm gonna call each of, I'm going with the lowest number of hours there. So that's 50, it's 80, so it's 80, 102, 132, 139. Okay. Just going with the lowest numbers you're giving, lowest numbers there, that's about 140 hours for everything in Final Fantasy 14. This game here, Dragon Quest XI, this playthrough has been going on for 142 hours. But that's counting all the time I've spent off-stream playing it. Like going at the casino, doing that training yesterday. Oh, wait, okay, 75, okay, 7 times 5 hours for... Okay, 30 plus 7 times 5, wait a second, that's not 100... Okay, so there's multiple... Okay, hold on a second. 50 plus 15, plus another 15, that's 80, plus 22, that's 102, plus 32, that's 132. 7 times 5, if that's 7 times 5, meaning it's 7 hours for each of the, yeah, if that's 7 hours for each of the interlude quests between expansions, then yeah. or if that's 7 hours per different interlude things, or 7 hours for all of them combined, then oops, I left out the 56, 167. Okay. Okay, yeah, that might beat this. That could end up beating this. Which I kind of already knew that. That's why I ended up I kind of already knew that. That's why I'm leaving Final Fantasy 14. That's why I'm leaving Final Fantasy 14 towards the latter number of games for Final Fantasy games. Because of that, yeah. I do really want to play it because it does look really nice, and I mean it is on the list, so I will get to it. It's just that, yeah, looking at that one is like that's like multiple full. That looks like it's multiple full games in one game. So, wait, what the hell? Michelle is still. Wait.
I'm warning you. I've got a fish knife and I'm not afraid to use it.
Wait, Michelle is. Wait, how did you turn into bubbles? How did you?
Looks like we're just in time.
Marvelous. More meat for the grinder.
Sleeper says, FF14 is actually about to look nicer. It's getting a visual overhaul with the release of Dawn Trail. Ooh, nice. I mean, I guess it could, I guess having one couldn't hurt. It has been out for what, like 10 years?
All humans will fall before me.
Oh my god. All the mermen use myrrh at every point they can in their words. That's incredible. Sue says 11 years. My gosh. I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. I love how each of the monsters in Dragon Quest have a different like way of speaking that all includes like puns based around and words based around what kind of what their theme, their gimmick is.
I think it's time we showed this guy who's really in charge around here.
The Queen of Nautica?
Prepare to meet your Merca.
This is exactly how I would talk if I ever get to DM a campaign. This is exactly how I want to voice all the enemies. Sleep says they were on a 2-year release schedule, but COVID sent them back 6 months for the post-Shadowbringer support, and Walker kept the extra 6 months so they could avoid crunch and overwork. Oh, one thing to mention, whenever I do get to playing FF14, whenever I get to do playing FF14, we'll absolutely open up to where anyone who has Final Fantasy 14 can join me and can help me out, because I mean it is a massively multiplayer online game. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do Malicious Mermaniac. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do the Halo Combat Abroad, because it helps me test out doing streams with multiplayer games with this new setup I have. Anyway, Pink Tornado. Hey, Brad Chicanery, welcome in. This is a lightning attack, so it should do. I think we're fine. Oh, we're doing fine. Yeah, we're doing okay. Sleep says, despite being a Memor pig, they've actually made efforts on their end to make the single-player experience great. Now you can bring an NPC allies to Dungeons and Trials that are story-based. Okay. Well, I'll definitely keep that in mind when playing it. Interested to see what NPCs you could bring in. Also, speaking of Final Fantasy, I got a new Final Fantasy shirt. I now have 3 Final Fantasy shirts. This one here is to remind me of my failure in Final Fantasy IX by forgetting about the Kupo mail. The thought has just occurred to me that by the time I finally finish playing all these Final Fantasy games, for First Fantasy, by the time I do this channel will, yeah, Final Fantasy will probably become one of the mainstays of this channel, unintentionally, just because I have no idea how long this will take me, and I'll have been playing about 25 of the games. Maybe I should have thought this out. Ah, well, I mean, I don't mind. I like I'm liking Final Fantasy so far, so. Critical claim. Alright, but let me heal up everybody. So yeah, another thing that's happened that's gotten everyone stronger is everyone's learned a couple new abilities. Like, Serena now knows Omni heal, so she can heal everyone up to full health. Let me get rid of this. So the NPC allies have unique dialogue for those situations too.
Pink tornado!
No, I'll heal up everybody. Yeah, I'm just gonna heal up. I think also, yeah, Rolliver now has Zapple and Kazap, so he can throw even more lightning damage. I said this last stream, but it is a little odd that the Luminary is the hero of light, who wields the sword of light, and fights darkness with the powers of light, for the forces of light. But when it comes to abilities that gives them, it gives him lightning spells, like electricity attacks.
Oh, goody.
Which means apparently, in this world, lightning / electricity is tied to light, like solar energy. Even some of the weapons, like this Supreme Sword of Light, it's electricity elemented. It does lightning damage to enemies. Perhaps level 67. Okay. Yes, I will use my points. Yeah, I'll do this. I ended up filling up a lot of skill trees for filling up a lot of skill trees for multiple characters. So at this point, for a lot of them, it's really just, yeah, grabbing whatever skills I can. Just getting whatever skills I can to fill up the rest of their skill trees. Basically got everything they need. Okay, what does Rap have? Eraser. Yeah, Eraser. There we go. Slips is clearly the sun is a lightning bolt, apparently. Mahalo, Broliver. Thanks for taking down those monsters. You really saved our skin. Those mermen attacked my boat and threw me overboard. I don't know how I survived, but I somehow washed up on this weird little island. I'm so badly hurt I could hardly move, but this mermaid nursed me back to health. She saved my life. You don't... Do you not recognize who that is? You met her in the first act. Imagine that, huh? Me, the guy who spent his whole life hating mermaids, being saved by one. Is this gonna be another mermaid who looks exactly like Michelle? What's even weirder is when those mermen came back to finish us off, I couldn't get this crazy thought out of my head. You gotta save her, Kai. You can't let her die this time. I mean, why this time? I've never seen a real live mermaid before. Have I? Yeah. You did. What's happening here? You saw your... that your grandmother was Michelle. Okay, that's Michelle, yeah. That is her. What is happening? Am I Is everyone here hallucinating? Michelle's suddenly back alive. Kai's acting like he's never seen her before. I'm just gonna keep going with this, see what's going on. Thought he was a mermaid. He dropped by to have a natter. What a shock to find a man who totally turned totally to tatters. Okay, what is going on here? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. You're you you're back alive. How did you return to life? You disintegrated into bubbles. My problem, I have no idea what you mean. I'm clearly alive, just as clearly as you can see. What you? Like, we saw you disintegrate. And you saw her before. That's your grandmother. I tended to his wounds and sang to eat his ailing heart, and then those rotten beasts came to tear us both apart. And even though this chap was still as weak as he could be, he drew his knife and risked his life to stop them hurting me. I can't help feeling that they've met the Scarlet Lad before, a memory from somewhere else, some other lonely shore. Wait, did Honolulu happened in Act 1? Right? Hold on, I'm checking, but... what is going on? The party head to Honolulu from the Strand with a message to... This happened when we, when we entered the open ocean for the first time. We saw Michelle and then led her to Kai. Okay. Just the party then progressed to Nautica. Yeah. E. Slim says, yes, Honolulu happened in Act 1 because we got the orb from the dude after Michelle Bubbles. Maybe Cosmos put her back together on accident? I guess so. But she's like lacking all memory. Yeah, she's acting like she better during Act 2. What is happening? Oh heck, what am I saying? There's no timey-wimey nonsense going on here. What's important is he saved me, and I'll treasure and hold him dear. And thanks to you, of course, I swear upon my mermaid's honor, if you're not turned up what you did, we'd both of us be goners. What is happening? Okay, I'm just... did I miss something? I can't believe... I really feel like I've seen this mermaid before, but that's impossible! Somewhere in the back of my mind, I have this vision of her on a beach at night, all lit up by the light of the moon. She's staring out to sea with such sad eyes. Seeing her, I think I finally understand how my tutu felt. He wasn't cursed, he was in love. Did you forget everything? What happened? Okay, this is getting even stranger. Because I'm looking up multiple wikis to see, if they can... multiple wikis to see if they, mention Michelle or what's happening here. None of them bring up this part. They all end... every single wiki I've looked at, or guide I've looked at that describes Michelle or what happens to her, or events in Honolulu, only goes up to events in Act 1. They don't mention anything. Sleepless methinks I am not paid enough for this. I'm gonna go get a pizza. BRB. Alright, Sleepless. I'll let you know what we find out. Whoa, where'd that come from? I mean, seriously, it's not like I've seen this girl before and saw her die right in front of me. Yeah, right? No, we were... Guess I must have taken a hit to the head when my boat went down. My mind's all messed up. Pretend you didn't hear that. I've seen her before, though! Listen, I'm gonna stay here a while. That mermaid must still be in shock after those monsters nearly killed us. I can't leave her on her own. Sorry to keep asking you things for me, but could you tell the guys back home that I'm okay? I'm just gonna spend the rest of my life here with this mermaid, who I've never met before. What is happening here? His fellow fishermen on the way? That's a relief. I'd hate to see him to be stranded on this isolated reef. He's such a kind and thoughtful soul. He rescued me from danger. Not many men would do that for a mermaid and a stranger. How are you alive? He had such passion in his eyes. I've seen that look before. Not here, but in some other place. Some dark and distant shore. Have you forgotten? What is... The moon smiled out so prettily. Great salty tears I cried. I stepped into the salty waves, and then I... It must have been a dream. My Kai is such a charmer that when I think about him, all my dreams are filled with drama. One day he'll come and meet me, and at last we'll live together. Until then, I'll keep waiting, even if it takes forever. Farewell, my friend. I hope you take a safe trip back to land, but come back soon. I'll be right here, daydreaming on the strand. So wait. So she's returned to life, but she's now back in denial at having lost Kai. Or the Kai that she was in love with. And now she's still gonna be stuck here forever? She's basically been placed back into the purgatory she was at the beginning of the game. What is happening? Wait. Okay, so now, because the wikis are not helping me, they present no information of this, I have ended up going to the Reddits. And the forums. And from what they're telling, yeah, this is just a big plot hole in the middle of the game. She's just suddenly back alive. And is now stuck in the same purgatory we found her in. Like, it was horribly tragic what happened to her in Act 1, where she ended up, like, taking her own life so that she could be with, Kainoa. Because he died many, many years ago. But like they said at the end, like, it was better than her just waiting for him forever over here. But... And why are you acting like you've never met her before? Okay, there's more dialogue, hold on. You know, I've realized something. Me and the rest of the guys from Honolulu have been wrong all these years. Wrong about the mermaids, wrong about my tutu. If he felt the same way I do, my grandpa wasn't cursed. You know, to go home to Honolulu, I'll probably try to come back here in a while and make sure Michelle's okay. She must get lonely all over here on her own right here. Wait. But you saw her die. I saw her die. You guys saw her die, didn't you? Yeah, I remember I did. Oh yeah, I definitely remember that. Yes, I remember. What is happening here? Well, this is just weird. Yeah, they basically just undid one of the most tragic moments in the game, and it's now just a giant plot. Oh, also, they're implying that he has a crush on her now because that she's gonna fall in love with that another Kai's gonna fall in love with her, and she might fall in love with him. Oh my god! And then this whole thing will repeat itself. This is what is. I'm gonna need to go to Queen Nautica and tell her to just grab Michelle and bring her back underneath the ocean. She's got to stop being left here by herself. Brad Chicaner says no idea. I haven't seen a case. I haven't seen a case in a game's. I haven't seen a plot hole this big in a game story for quite some time. It's not like the plot hole in any of the main stories, but the whole events of the show were a pretty big moment in the game in this game. So I just okay, I don't. I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on. What is? Let me go talk to Queen Nautica. I'm gonna go tell her to just grab Michelle and bring her back here. She needs to be back She needs to be back here with other mermaids. Does this mean I can't? I wonder if this means I can't access my fish powers or my fish form because I never became fish because the events of Act 2 didn't happen. Welcome, Luminary. I pray forgive my frantic haste, but time is of the essence. I must cut right to the chase. The Dark Star's evil powers drive the monsters ever madder. On land and sea, beasts of all kinds go bolder and yet badder. The glimmers of the pearl with which I watch over the sea was stolen by a maddened beast, and thus I make my plea. Oh, noble luminary, please take pity on my plight. Slay the monster, restore the pearl of wisdom's light. Yeah, okay, sure. Can you grab that one? Can you grab Michelle? She's back on the strand again. What? But she died! She passed away! It's like, I don't know, it's just a whole thing. Time retcon bullshit. I don't know. Time retcon? What are you talking about? Don't. Just grab her. She's put her back in her eternal purgatory of waiting for a guy who's dead. I knew that I could count on you. Well, then I shall be brief and tell you all I know about this vile and vicious thief. The monster's name is Bathysphere. His home is the outer sea, an island northeast of Zwardrus where he plies his devilry. Drop anchor off that lonely island, strum your mermaid lyre. The beauty of its melody will surely rouse his ire. Good luck, my friend. You are the only one I can rely on. Bring back the pearl of wisdom's light, O Erdwin's mighty skyhog. Okay, so, hold on. Bathysphere, an island northeast of Zwardrust. Play the lyre on the island. Oh. Did not know I could just run off there. Okay. Now that I know that I could just drop from there. Let me return to the world map. And I'll try this out once. If I don't end up beating in the first try, then I'll just have to not do it. Okay. There we go. Return to the... I'm gonna go to the island northeast of Zwardrust. So that would be... yeah, that island over there. Can I get through those group of islands? I might be able to push the boat through there, or no. It's worth a try. Yep. Let me try to push this through there.
Did I do all right?
Okay, there. Alright. Maybe I can slip through here? I'm not certain. Those rocks look kind of close together. Dang it. No, I can't get through there. Which means I gotta take the long way around. Okay, then what I'll do is... Let me zoom on over to... Let me zoom on over to Honolulu, since that's the town that's closest. Heal up there. Heal up there, and then I'll make my way back. Oh, hey, Cyber White Tiger, welcome in. Great to see ya. How you doing? Yeah, let me just rest up, restore everyone's MIP, and then I'll go fight Bathysphere. Once again, Dragon Quest XI, continuing with the amazing Dragon Quest, continuing with the amazing puns by naming the monster Bathysphere. Cyber says, "How goes the Dragon Quest?" Going mostly pretty well. The finale for this game was supposed to be on Saturday, but after a long 9-hour stream, I still wasn't able to beat the final boss. So I did some training off stream and ended up training to get strong enough to beat Kalasmos, the final boss. So what we're doing is we're just doing a couple... the first half of this stream is going to be me doing a couple of extra things that I wasn't able to do on Saturday's stream. And then after I do these things, I'll go and fight Kalasmos, beat the game. And then after that, I'll cut the stream for a little bit, immediately turn it back on, and then the second part of this will begin, which will be more Final Fantasy VII. So it's kind of a double feature tonight. It's kind of a double feature as I go about beating this game and playing more FF7. And also with me doing this way, I can beat this game on this. Normally I play Halo on these days on Mondays with some friends who are guiding me through Halo for the first time. But because of their work, because of their jobs, like making them stay a bit later than usual, they're unable to join me today. So instead of Halo and co-op, I'm doing this big, and because it just so happens that I had taken the day off of work today, doing this bigger stream so I can beat Dragon Quest XI, do a bit more FF7, and I'll be playing more doing like a full 6-hour-long stream of FF7 on Saturday, and also so I can return to Unicorn Overlord, because that is a game. I had to push that for the side while I beat this, and I have wanted to return that for a long time. Cyrus says, "How are you liking Halo, and which one are you on?" So, to celebrate 600 followers, I've been doing something called a Halo Combat Abroad, where I've played through the original trilogy of Halo, 1, 2, and 3. I played 1 by myself, and then 2 and 3 I had some friends join me. And then for the last game we have is Reach. So the last thing left is playing the... What was supposed to happen today was us starting the main story, or the campaign of Halo Reach. But that'll have to wait till next week. It usually happens on Mondays because that's kind of the only day we can make all of our schedules work together. But... Cyrus says, I see. Why doing it out of order? Well, I can only fit in about 4 Halos. I can only fit in about 4 Halos for this. And I decided out of the Halos that I could fit into this, I should do the original trilogy, so Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3. And then because Halo Reach was released after that, and that's generally considered like to be the best Halo game, go ahead and do that one as well. And have that as the final game. So yeah, it's Halo 1, 2, 3, and then Reach. And I felt that I should play Reach after I did the original trilogy. Yeah, I felt I should play Reach after the original trilogy, because even though Reach is like a prequel to the original trilogy, it came out, I believe, after, if I remember correctly, after 3. So it'd feel very weird. Since I hadn't played any, I've never played any game before doing this. I'd never played any Halo games before. This was my first experience with Halo. Going through this, so it'd feel a bit weird if I started off with Halo Reach, a game that had a lot added on that was like very far advanced from where Halo 1 was, and then went back to Halo 1, which didn't have all the stuff added. Felt better to do it this way. Cyborg Tiger says, gotcha. Reach is the best multiplayer Halo. 2 is seen as the best story game. From what I've played so far, I kind of generally agree with that. So far, 2 has had the best story, and, yeah, so far, 2 has had the best story from all the ones I've played, and, I've gotten to play the most multiplayer from Halo 3 and Reach, and so far their multiplayer's about even for me. I really like both of them, but what you just said there, that's generally what I've heard as far as things go. Oh, dang it. Okay, no, I need to turn back around. E. Cyber says Halo 1 came out in 2001. Oh, I know. But okay, so I need to summon this bathysphere. I'm gonna make sure everyone's healed up, and then I'll try using this lyre. Or this harp, yeah. Safe Lord tries to play, but it doesn't seem to work here. What do you mean? It said go to an island on the northeast of Large Roost. No, hold on. So there's that ball with particular site. Learns how to make life rings, skull rings. Okay. Well, playing this doesn't. Oh. Let me avoid the slimes. Let me get back here. Yeah, the whole playing through Halos, that was to celebrate reaching 600 followers, which I did last year. I think I'm about 639. So depending on how things go, I might be celebrating 700 before the end of the year. Okay, that wasn't it, so... Oh, maybe it's this island here. It is about northeast of Large Roost, so... Yeah, let me try going through here. But other than that, besides the Halos, which has been a good time, I've also been doing a couple of other different things. This has actually been going to be a pretty busy week for me. So, I'm doing something right now. Tomorrow is when it continues. Like every Tuesday, I'm doing something called Dying for Life, where I'm playing through Dark Souls 1 for the first time and I'm trying to beat Dark Souls 1 for the first time. This is my third attempt at it. Yeah, I'm trying to beat Dark Souls 1 for the first time, but I only have a limited number of lives. And every $2 donated to the stream adds another life. And then, also, every single week, I'll be donating, half all the money donated will go to a different charity to help out people in Palestine. Or to just help out people I found, or just to help, it'll be going towards a GoFundMe for someone I found that needs help. So it's kind of a big charity event that's going to be happening with a different charity I'll be donating to each week. Yeah, that's... And then, of course, continuing Final Fantasy VII, because I'm playing through FF7 for the first time as well. The original FF7. PS1. And then after I beat that one, I'll start the FF7 remake. And if I can get a PS5, get FF7 Rebirth. I've got a lot of I'm setting myself up for a lot right now. Probably isn't the best choice, but... So far, I think it's so far I haven't regretted any of the events I've been doing, so.
Thank goodness.
Right. Oh, okay, this was the island I needed to go to. Slip says, I return. Hi, Sleepless, welcome back. So Sleepless, turns out it's that Michelle returning was just a plot hole. I tried looking on all the
It's boiling.
I tried looking on the wikis. They did not describe that part in Act 3 at all. So then I went to the forums and the Reddits to find out what was going on, and all of them just said, yeah, this is just a plot hole. Michelle's just back. Kai's acting like he's never seen Michelle before. Or Kai Nui's acting like he's never seen Michelle before. And Michelle is back, and instead of her, the tragic but understandable fate she suffered of, she realized that the man she loved had been dead for a long time, and so she went into the sea so that she could be with him. Incredibly sad that was. She's now potentially in a worse fate, because when I talked to Michelle, she was just like, "Oh, don't know who this is? Yeah, well, I'm just gonna keep hanging out here and waiting for Kainoa." So she's back in the exact position she was at the beginning of the game. Ouch. Wait, a plot hole in Attack on Third Act? Oh, hello.
Hear the tuneless twang of Lorelei's harp. Are you humans in league with the mermaids?
This is the 8th monster using Indignus's model I found.
Very well. Then I shall deliver your corpses.
Now what we're doing is the mermaid. Now we're doing is Queen Nautica needs us to fight this guy in order to get back her pearl that she uses to go to take a look-see at things.
Prepare to die.
So yeah, this is the 8th time I've fought an enemy or boss with Indignus's model. Let me divide. Well, if he is a boss, then I'll won't go easy on him. We do have lost a little health in order to get here. Oh, good. He's only got 2 attacks. All right. So first, okay. First sword dance. Next Omni heal. Slivs says, clearly he was feeling a little indignant after having been beaten. Clearly. Well, he's about to feel even more indignant because triple critical claim. And multi-feet. Okay, Brawler can't move. Alright. We heal up everybody.
Thanks.
Alright, divide. And multi-feed again. Next, sword dance. Yeah, because of that training I did yesterday, I've gotten strong enough to where I've figured out a strategy that'll help. Yeah, I figured out a general strategy that'll let me beat Cosmos. Oh wait, Cyber Tiger says I need to lurk. By the way, be back. All right, Cyber White. All right, Cyber. As always, great to see you. Beat again. It's funny how Eric's greatest it's funny that Eric's greatest ends up being one of the strongest characters in the game when you just know how to use his moves correctly. When you just not how to use his move correctly because they're pretty obvious, but when you can get the right setup over the course of multiple turns. The only problem is that this does drain a lot of MIP from him. Like, he can only do critical claim about 3 times before he needs to have his MIP restored, so... There we go.
Thank goodness.
Alright, Brawler is now level 69. Okay, I'm just gonna get him more... Damn. Well, I was gonna get him more Luminary powers, but I don't think he could get any more. Okay, no. No, alright. He can't get any more Luminary powers right now. He needs to have more, points. I don't think he can get Sylvando or anything else either. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, wait, hold on. Can get him that. Okay. Batsphere defeated. Return to Nautica will do. Let me zoom on back to Nautica. So, I'm going to zoom on back to Nautica. Tell her that Bathysphere is Bathys... That Bathysphere is Bathy's... in fear of me. Or he would be if he was still alive. And then I'll show y'all exactly what I did to beat that 4th Wheel of Harma. And get the Zenlon outfit for Jade. After so many failed attempts at it on Saturday. And after that, I'll take a short little break, and then I'll just make sure all my gear's ready. Make sure all my gear's ready, make sure everyone's ready. Throw away any, sell off any equipment we don't need anymore. And then I'll go ahead and challenge Cosmos. Thank you, noble friend, for taking pity on our plight, for slaying hated Bathysphere and bringing back the light. Nautica owes much to you, this we will not forget. I hope that this can go some way to answering that debt. You now have a conch shell. You now have the magic conch shell. In every realm of Erdre, in every clouded gale, there are those who still require in every clouded glade, there are those who still require the Luminary's aid. If you ever should wish to find out where such souls abound, just use that shell and I'll advise you where they might be found. That conch will send my voice to whoever you may be. Just say hello into it and I'll answer presently. Just don't go forming a secret club around it. Wait, what? Don't worry about it. One more thing. Of course you have the freedom of my town, but with those man legs, don't you feel it hard to get around? I do think you would look better as a fish. Yeah, I do feel you would look better as a fish. How'd you know I was going to say that? I just a feeling. If you'd like, I'd happily change you to a fish. With pretty flappy fins, you could go anywhere you wish. One day I know you'll save the One day I'll know you'll save the world. And on that day, your peak. Do not give up, do not give in. And do not give up, do not give in. And more power go and seek. Took you a little bit of time for that one. Look, it's it's been a bit of tough couple of days. I understand. Okay, I cannot. Oh, I can't use magic. Well, anyway, there. Now I'm gonna zoom on out of here. I'll go back to the havens above. That's kind of been my base. Let me heal up there. Sue says, damn, no more Fishiver. I'm sorry. Yeah, no more Fish Brawliver. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think I can. Wait, I think I can actually go here. Yeah. Okay. While I'm here, because this is just me going to be resting here, and resting and healing up, let me go ahead and tell y'all what I did to get the Zenlong gown and robe, because that was, besides leveling up, most of the like the gear, the extra gear I've gotten was just kind of forging it, or in the case of Eric's new attire, the assassin's attire, just finding it. Eric's assassin's attire was interesting to find because there was an island it's on that you could only get if you like grabbed one of the dragons you can ride by beating one of the Dragoneers, and you actually go like a little bit of island hopping around there because there are small islands off the main island that you can, on one of those insulas you can visit. But here, it took me like so much to do that. Okay, hold on. Pause it for a second here. It took me so long. I spent so long trying to beat, and I'm just gonna go ahead and save in the background with the game while showing all this. I took like many attempts to beat that fourth wheel of Harma and could not get it. Could not beat it in under 20 moves. Until I thought of something, and this thing was so like simple. It was such a simple solution, really, that I'm a little annoyed at myself for having not thought of it on stream. What I ended up doing was, I remembered that Veronica and Serena, they have a pep power together. You can use when both of them are pepped up, called Magic Burst. And or a Mighty Magic Burst. Because Veronica will get an attack called Magic Burst, where she just like, she drains all of her magic and unleashes just a giant attack that hits all enemies for a massive amount of damage. Well, there's a pet power version of that that's a super powered version called Mighty Magic Burst. Called Mighty Magic Burst, where Serena and Veronica do it together. They both unleash a Magic Burst, and it does even more damage than the normal Magic Burst, but it eats up most of their magic. Like all their magic, all their MP is gone. And normally I wouldn't even consider using it, except that in most fights, it's not really. I mean, it can be useful in certain situations. That Magic Burst attack is actually part of what helped me beat Cosmos on the test run I did off stream, and I'll probably be using it here when I go into the real fight. But the Mighty Magic Burst, it's like, in my mind, it's usually I really didn't even consider it because in my mind, it's not usually worth the risk. Because sure, it does a massive amount of damage. But that means that Veronica and Serena, my main healer, they lose all of their magic. All of their MP goes down to 0. So I didn't really use that because I didn't feel like if the enemy I'm fighting survives that, well, that's 2 characters with 0 MP. And then I remember, wait, there is one time it could be really useful. When I'm fighting these guys, all these different slimes, because it hits all enemies, it does an amazing amount of damage. You'll see it in just a second. It'll do a massive amount of damage, but it won't matter that they don't have any MP. I'm gonna pause for a second. It won't matter that they won't have any MP because they'll move on to the next round. But okay, that's that can be useful, but I guess I need to get, like, everyone's pepped up except for Veronica. How do I get her pepped up? And then I remembered that I think I saw it just a little second ago there. I still had one of the pep pops. One of those potions. One of those potions you get for getting the definitive version of the game. Excuse me. One of the potions you get for getting the definitive version of the game that makes everyone, like, in a pepped up state. I still had one of those. On Serena was carrying it. So like you just saw, I entered into the trial, had people do a couple attacks, had Serena use the pop to make Veronica and herself pepped up again, and then fled. And then from there, I'm not sure if I said, but yeah, from there, I went right back in. Yeah, from there, with everyone in a pepped up state, I went right back in. And did the 4th trial. So, because you can farm those pep potions off monsters in the end game, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so yeah, ended up with pepped up state. Then I entered back into the kind of the teams I had. And the problem I'd always encountered with the 4th trial was that first round. The first round was the most difficult one because I was using generally the weakest party members offense-wise. Because Serena doesn't have many attack options, and Veronica isn't as strong. Veronica can only really rely on spells, so if enemies start blocking spells, it's not going to work. But with this, I ended up turning this, again, I ended up using this to my advantage. Because now, you'll see here, and I've got it muted because I think the VLC recording of this, it'll be very loud. But yeah, with this, they annihilate all of the slimes in one turn. All of them die in one turn. And with that first round, which gave me the most trouble, I beat it in one turn, meaning I had 19 turns left to beat all the other phases. And from there, it's really just a case of, yeah, just using the same moves I'd used. Hendrik used Unbridled Blade on that big metal scorpion to kill it. Eric uses Critical Claim to kill the metal hardy hands one at a time. A mix of I'll actually go ahead and skip past this a little bit. And I think at that point, let me see how many turns that took. I think that really just ended taking like 5 or 6 turns. Yeah, by that point it had just taken me 5 actions, so I was up to 6 turns, so I still had about 14 actions left. So then with the next round with Sylvando and Jade, it was just a mix of Pink Tornado and Gold Rush. Which, I mean, Gold Rush cost me a bit of money, but it does even more damage than a Pink Tornado. And in this case, it ended up, like, which really ended up becoming Sylvando's most dangerous move, because it will hit everyone. And I have enough money, and at this point in the game, I have enough money to spare. So that point is just, I mean, these guys were getting a little annoying, but even with them using stuff like Bounce to block magic attacks, both of those abilities I was going to get them are abilities. So I can still just keep hitting them with them. After that ended up going, and let me, move past this. Yeah, and at the end of that took me a little bit, but I ended up just using, 12 actions by doing that. So 6 actions for that third fight. Six actions for that third fight. And then from here, it was just Brawler having to use Sword Dance. So yeah, and with that, after just a couple turns of that, I think it was like 3 or 4 turns, I was able to beat it. Yeah, after that, I was able to beat it and get that outfit. And from there was just like getting the materials I needed. And from there was just getting the materials I needed. And beating, getting that gown and ring. Let's see, how long did it take me? Yeah, 15 moves. Altogether, it was 15 moves. And I recorded that because as soon as I remembered the Mighty Magic Burst, I was like, gosh dang it, why didn't I remember that? That would have worked I was like, that could end up clearing all those slimes out in one turn. And it did. So that's how I got the gown and robe. So, from here, I'm actually... So you get... also, I had mentioned, like, in previous streams, like, oh, I'd want to do the 5th, Wheel of Harma trial. Well, I did try it out once off stream, and no. No. The 5th Wheel of Harma trial is... So it's even more dangerous than the 4th Wheel of Harma. It's like got monsters and groups of enemies even more dangerous than the 4th Wheel of Harma. But for one added kick in the teeth to make it like really, really hard, Master Pang oversees the Wheel of Harma, the Wheel of Harma 5th trial. And what happens is, if you don't beat every monster in a round in the same turn, she will summon more monsters. So if there were 3 monsters on the field and I beat 1 or just 2 of them, instead of all 4 or all 3, she would summon more in. Summon duplicates of the ones that were there. At that point, after like 1 attempt at this and seeing that in the first round, I immediately like fled and like, no. I like the extra challenges in this game, but I need to be like max level before I could continue to do that. I need that to be really strong. So from there, with that done, from there, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take a short break, and then when I get back, I'm gonna like sell and get rid of some of this unneeded equipment that I've been carrying around for like for a long time. And after I do that, I will go ahead and I'll go out and I will challenge Cosmos. So I'll be back in just a second, and then I'll go ahead and do that. So just Master Pain cares not for your multiple walls. So when I get back from the break, actually no, I'll go ahead and tell you this now, before I go on this break. Yes, you're even more right than you know, because I did not know about this. I thought the 5th Wheel of Harma was the final trial, because it's called the final trial. But no, in the definitive edition, they added a 6th Wheel of Harma called the Secret Trial. And the rewards you get with even tougher battles in the 5th Wheel. And the rewards you get from it are like, you get multiple of each of these seeds that give you different boosts to like stats. And to tell you how difficult that is, even at a glance, I wasn't able to do it, but they're able to tell you how difficult that secret trial is at a glance. The minimum, like the lowest number of moves the game expects, like the absolute like best record you can get for beating that trial, as in the lowest number of moves you can do it for the game that you need to beat in order to get all the rewards is 50. The 4th Wheel of Harma, in order to get all the rewards, you had to beat it in 20 turns. This secret trial, you had to beat it in 50 moves to get the best rating on it. And the final fight in that secret trial is you fighting Master Pang. She's a secret. I did not know she was a secret boss fight in the game. It's really cool that she is. But yeah, that secret boss fight is in the final round of the secret trial. So maybe like I mentioned, I am kind of interested in like returning to this game and doing all the extra side stuff if I can ever get the chance. And if I do, maybe I'll do that, but I need to level everyone up to like maximum level before I could even consider doing that. So I'm going to take a short break. When I get back, I'm going to get rid of all this extra equipment I've been lugging around, and then I'll fight that big annoying bug. Be back in just a second. Alright. Okay. So I'm just gonna... Okay, save down there. Where's that? Item store is over there. Okay, let me go over to the item store. And let me sell... Yeah, I'm going to go through everyone's inventory and sell some stuff they don't need. So I'm going to keep all these items just in case they need them. Yeah, they're good. Magic Beast Store. Oh, hold on. We actually... You know what? Let me go through their inventories and move out some of the stuff. Some of the, like, materials. And I'll basically keep, like, all materials just in case I need to, Yeah, I'll keep all materials in case I need to use them at some point. In case I need to use them to forge something. Oh, hold on a second. Let me actually give Rab a bunch of elfin elixirs. Yeah. Yeah, 9 elfin elixirs. Do I have any Yggdrasil leaves? I might not. Oh, I do have one. Okay, transfer. Let me give that to Hendrik. And then... Okay. Let me sell some stuff from the equipment bag. Agility ring cannot be sold. Agility ring, don't need that, but I'll keep that. Anti-freezer rings, bandit mail. I don't... I think I can sell that. Bunny tail, keep that, keep that. I'm gonna keep everything for the items. Okay, Brigand mitts. So as you got this ball, thank you, Sleepless. Rain Drainer. I never can say I don't use shields at all. Sure, I'll sell that. Okay, Brigand's mitts. I'm not gonna sell any of the accessories because they can be used for small tweaks to each character's build. And I'm not gonna sell any parts of the I'm not gonna sell any parts that give them the characters different outfits. Demon's Bane, sell Demon's Bane. Okay, yeah, I'll sell that. Dragon Claws, yeah, I'll sell those. Dragon Slayer, I'll keep that. Dragon's Bane, I'll sell that. Despite the really awesome name. Dagger, can't sell that. Okay. Falcon Blade was 2. I will sell this... No, I'll keep the Falcon Blades, because I could use them to make Uber Falcon Blade if I ever wanted to get that. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna... Yeah, I'll sell that. I'm not gonna probably try and get that. No, I'll keep... Yeah, I'll sell one. I'll sell those. Oh, I will tell y'all, there is one thing I considered doing to make the team stronger, but I ended up not doing. And that's getting the Hypernova Sword. I had considered getting the Hypernova Sword, because I was like, well, I've got the Supernova Sword. I could get all the required ingredients for it. I just need the recipe. And then I found out, okay, well, how do I get the recipe? You have to beat the different trials 5 times. It turns out that I'd forgotten that. I thought could only do the trials like 3 times. No, it turns out you can actually do like some of the trials. You can repeat them until you can get all the wishes. So I could have finished the Luminaries trial, beaten that boss fight, and then beaten 2 of the other trials, and that would have helped my team raise their level even higher. However, and basically what you do is you beat the trials 5 times, and you get all 5 other wishes, and then you get all 5 other wishes, and then Drusen will give you the recipes for the strongest weapons in the game, which is the highest form of weapons like the Stardust Sword. So I could have done that. But then I remembered one of those wishes is the one that has the Luminary, Brawliver, getting married. And I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision. Would I do these trials? Sleep says, is that wand a lightsaber? It's called the Get Up and Glow Stick, so it actually is closer to a glow stick. It doesn't do laser damage. Or it's not very damaging on its own. It is basically the equivalent of like a wand that is a glow stick. However, Sleepless, Sylvando's exclusive super weapon. Yeah, Sylvando's exclusive super weapon, the Shamshir of Light. It's described here as a bare hilt from which a blade of pure brilliance flies forth the moment battle begins. So, the Get Up and Glow Stick, that wand is not a lightsaber. This weapon basically is. Now, the way it's shown whenever Sylvando's wielding it, it doesn't have any like animations on it to like kind of make it feel like it's a moving like blade of light. It just looks like a blade, which is like kind of colored a little differently. But it is described as like a blade, like it's just a sword handle, and then just a blade of light appears when the battle starts. Okay, can't get that. Can't get rid of that. Made from magic material that's stronger than steel. But let me sell. You know, I'll sell these. No reason to keep them. Anyway, so I had to make back to my story. I had to make a decision. Did I want to get the most powerful sword in the game? Go through all this effort to get the most powerful sword in the game, the strongest version of a sword I really like. But in doing so, make sure that Brawliver lives a happy life by deciding the wish that would warp reality to where he marries someone, or do I intentionally let my team go into this battle not as powerful as they could be? Do I intentionally let my team be weaker than their full potential, or let Brawliver be weaker than his full potential? Because he's like the only character I could give that sword to, because of what it's like. I mean, I guess I could give it to Sylvando, but still, it'd probably be best suited to Brawliver because he's guaranteed he has to be in the fight with Kalasmos. Do I give, or do I get the strongest sword in the game, but allow reality to warp reality so that Brawliver ends up marrying someone and ends up getting a happy life? That the rest of his life is a happy one, spent within a loving relationship with someone, or do I not go through effort, not get that strongest weapon, just so I don't do the wish and ensure that Brawliver does not reach true happiness? And I ended up deciding the latter. I willingly gave up the chance, at least in this. Again, if we do stuff. If I end up returning to this game and try to do extra side stuff, I might try to get the Hypernova Sword just because of how big a deal it is getting that weapon. But yeah, for this playthrough, as far as this playthrough goes, and Brawliver's life story goes, I willingly decided to not get the strongest blade in the game, so I would not have to pick the wish that would help him reach a happy and fulfilling life after this. I have ensured that he will not reach happiness. I will ensure in any way I can that Brawliver will not reach happiness. This might end up being, in some ways, the evilest I've acted during an RPG playthrough so far on the channel. With how petty I am admittedly being towards this main character. Okay, so that. me sell that. There was... Oh, wait. No. That's an accessory, so no. Yeah, let me sell that. Paladin's Lance, sure, I'll sell that. Platinum Mail, let's sell that. Still got a lot of these things to go to. I'll keep these. Keep these, keep this. I'm gonna keep this, just in case. So... actually, side note, speaking of that... Speaking of me ever doing an evil playthrough, because there have been some people who want... Because there have been some people in the past who've wanted me to do an evil playthrough of some RPG where you can make choices for a character. And, I might have found the one where the one RPG that I might actually have to, if I ever return to it and get to do a full playthrough of it, I might have to do an evil playthrough of it. Because it fits with the character. And the reason for... I'll say what the game is, and then I'll explain my reasoning for it in just a second, because it leads into this whole weird story of stuff that's happened across in the past couple of days. The answer to that is if I ever go back and do a full play... ever get to do a full playthrough of Fallout 4. When I first was attempting a playthrough of that game on the channel, I was being a good guy, because I like being a nice individual in RPGs like the Fallout games when I play them. But something happened the past couple of days which just told me, being the good guy in this game feels disingenuous. And that was in the wake of the Fallout show releasing, someone, I believe it was one of the devs from Bethesda, ended up posting a tweet. Then when I was like, hey, because the Fallout's, gotten a bunch of attention, I should tell you about this cool thing. This cool bit of character lore. I should tell you about this cool bit of character lore in Fallout. So, this character, the main character you play in Fallout 4, he's the exact same... He's this exact character from the intro movie, from the opening movie of the first Fallout. And the character, and the basically, first picture had a picture of main character guy in Fallout 4. And the second picture had a picture of one of the soldiers in the opening of Fallout 1. Specifically, there's a part in Fallout 1's opening where it plays a little bit of it does a little bit of showing the world that happened, that built up to it. It was one of the very first things you see in the entire franchise. And one of the things they show is a little war documentary movie of these two called during something that happens in the world of Fallout called the annexation of Canada, where the United States, and because the world is running out of natural resources, the United States annexes. They basically they take over Canada, and they forcefully take over Canada and make them another state. And there's an opening movie in that where you see let's go and see on the ground how the annexation of Canada is going. And you see these two soldiers in power armor standing over this prisoner, and they one of them shoots them in the head. One of the soldiers shoots the prisoner in the head, and then they both chuckle a bit, and then they turn to the camera and wave. This game dev, I'm not certain, but if what this dev was saying is, if this was one of the devs from Bethesda, what they were saying is true. They basically said that the main character of Fallout 4 commits the first war crime you see in the series. The dev went out ready to say, don't worry, he's not the shooter, he's just the guy laughing at the war crime. Still, it's after seeing that, I was so what you're telling me is the evil playthrough is the canon one for this character. He willingly aided in war crimes. Sage says, in Fallout 2 you can find the TARDIS. Oh, hey Sage, welcome in. But yeah, so because of that one thing, if that is something that is canon to Fallout now, that the main character of Fallout 4 participated in the forced annexation of Canada, when he gives his big opening monologue at the beginning of Fallout 4, it's war never changes. I've seen some horrible things. I've seen so many horrible things. And it turns out the horrible things he's seeing was him just forcefully, like, attacking Canada. I feel like I have to do an evil playthrough. It feels most in character for him. So I'm not certain, but yeah, if I ever get to go back and do a full playthrough of Fallout 4, just for the sake of consistency in the character, I might have to do an evil playthrough of that. Sage is 5 times. Oh, Sage currently on a 5-time streak. Welcome in, Sage. All right. So, Sage, you actually got here at just the right time. I have sold off all the equipment I didn't need. My party is like ready with equipment. I've sold off my unneeded equipment. My team's leveled up. Sage says, would have been much later, but a thunderstorm says, nah, you go home or you get stuck. Well, I'm glad you were able to get home safely in the middle of that storm. Sim says, it's wild that Fallout starts the annexation of Canada, an attempted event America tried 3 times and failed miserably each time. Alternate history and stuff and all that. Fallout is a interesting and often weird take on alternate history, so it does kind of fit. But also just, yeah, so Sage says, because Summer decided to show up earlier than usual. So yeah, what'll likely happen if I can ever get to fully playing through Fallout 4 on the channel, what I might end up doing is just so I can, like, do an evil playthrough of Fallout 4, because it seems like that would be most consistent with the lore. And then what I'd probably do after that is I'd probably install the Fallout London mod, which is like a total conversion of mod for Fallout 4 that adds like an English themed area, and probably play through that like I usually play through Fallout. But I just felt like bringing it up because that was just so surprising that one of the devs, apparently one of the devs or Bethesda, or one of the people working in Fallout was just like, hey, here's a funny fact for you. This is the guy laughing as his friend shoots a prisoner. Eek. Okay. So, yeah, Sage, you got in at just the right time. I've got all my stuff. I've got new gear, or powered up gear. I'll just show y'all what cool stuff I've got, everyone. So, yeah, I've either given everyone new gear or upgraded the gear they've got. Jade has the Zenlon outfit. Eric's got a new outfit, and a knife that can freeze enemies in time. Oh, and Jade's Heaven's Talon, I don't think I mentioned this before, but this spear, she gets healed for every time she attacks. Serena's got a magical glow stick. Sylvando has basically a lightsaber. He's also got this sword of judgment, but yeah, as described in the game, in the weapon's description, Sylvando's exclusive super weapon is the Shamshir of Light, and it's, as described here, a barreled hilt from which a blade of pure brilliance flies forth the moment battle begins. It's a lightsaber. Pretty cool looking one, honestly. Hendrik, I sadly wasn't able to get anything new for. I need to, like, there's only a few great swords stronger than the ones he's have, and I don't have any of them. And then Rab, I was able to get a new outfit and improve some of the stuff he has. Say says Jade's new outfit. Oh, Jade's new outfit. This is part of the reason I wanted to get her at this outfit. It's the best outfit it's the best, like, it's possibly the best armor set she can get, or like, it's the best exclusive armor set she can get in the game, and in my opinion, it's the best looking of all her outfits. Sages, no, it's a light sabre. Use the British saber. Use the British spelling to avoid copywriting. Right, gotcha. But everyone's got their stuff. We've all got, like, equipment. Everyone's stronger than they were before. Oh, hold on. Just need to check this sword. So, let me just check this. And Oh, okay, I can forge those now. I forgot about those. Yeah, I'm gonna now go. I'm gonna summon my whale. I'm gonna summon my sky whale. And I'm gonna go challenge Kalasmos. So buckle in, everybody. Time to go fight this Cell Lavos wannabe. And yeah, because we weren't able to do Halo tonight, this is gonna be basically, this is 2 streams in one. The first part of this stream is gonna be me beating this game, Dragon Quest XI, doing the true finale for it, and then after the end credits roll and I'm done with Dragon Quest XI, I'll cut the stream for just a second to give like a definitive end for the VOD for Dragon Quest XI, and then I'll just immediately change the information, immediately restart the stream, and the rest of the stream will be Final Fantasy VII. Alright, here we go again. Mamma mia. And we are now in the void. Don't you just hate when you accidentally enter the void when you don't mean to?
You have come, ink dragon spawn.
So this is Go Narwhale.
Kalasmos, born of the void.
The evil radiating from him, it's almost
All right.
unbearable.
We're a bit stronger. We've got better gear. So hopefully this will work. Let's hope this will work well on the first time. It is going to depend a little bit on RNG because some of the attacks he has are just ridiculous. He has multiple, oh, you're kidding me, moves.
To even hope to best such a foe may seem pure folly, but we cannot flinch or falter. We are our world's last and only hope.
Can we really do this?
Gosh, I hope so.
Oh, honey, you better believe we can. Come on. We've waited our whole lives for this moment.
We'll win, all right. He won't know what hit him.
Well, laddie, this is it. It's time to do what you were born to do. Ready?
Here it comes. The final showdown. Let's do this.
Sage says, in space! Well, actually, it's more of a pocket dimension, really, but in space! Sage says, wait, are you riding a wet dragon? No, a sky whale. Sky whale. With a unicorn horn and special glowy armor. Because they digivolved.
Come, children of light. Give yourselves to darkness. Soon all shall know the void.
Alright, let's go.
The void shall consume you all.
Man, he really needs to, no wonder he's floating around everywhere. Guy has some serious guy has been skipping a lot of leg days. Says, OMG, a final boss with that face, I can't. Oh, wait until the mask breaks. That's not even his face, that's a mask he's wearing. Wait until it breaks. It's even goofier. Actually, now that I think... Okay, I was thinking about this after the stream. On Saturday. Basically, while I was training for this yesterday. Sage says, and now his chest looks like another face. Okay, I can kind of see what you mean there. Sage says, this is so Toriyama. But now that I think about it, Plasmos is, despite, like, they do a great job of building up as the final threat in the game. Like, look at this freaking arena you're fighting him in. And, yeah, they do a great job building up. But really, Plasmos, he's kind of, compared to, like, some of the other end-game final bosses, great dark beings of ancient evil, he's kind of a jobber. Remember, the whole reason we're fighting him isn't because the Luminary was killed by the original Luminary was killed by Cosmos. Cosmos was beaten by the original Luminary. We see a cutscene, a flashback of the Luminary standing above him, about to kill him, and at the last second, Cosmos was like, dark power to your ally. And he just like threw some darkness at one of his allies. Sage says, this is not the same devil dude from the end of Act 1? Oh no, Sage, you missed a lot. No, this is completely different. So, what happened is, this is the guy the original Luminary was supposed to kill. This is the true Dark One. The Dark One, the guy that we've been thinking was the Dark One, had been called the Lord of Shadows, Mordegon. He was not the Dark One. What he was is, Mordegon was the wizard in the original Luminary's party. And right as the original Luminary was going to kill Cosmos here, Cosmos sent some darkness at Morkint. The Luminary's friend stabbed the Luminary and killed him. And then the Morkint absorbed some of Cosmos' power and became Mordegon. Became like a dark beat, became his Dark Lord of Shadow self. And then he scampered off. So then what happened is, the two remaining members of the original party, Serenica the Sage and Drustin the Warrior, they sealed Elasmos' power away. Which also they did that with the help of the Watchers, but apparently despite that, despite the Watchers helping them seal away Elasmos' power, the Watchers, when you meet the Watchers now, they don't know about Cosmos. Sage says, oh, so it's like FF1 for PS1, PS4. It's like a lot of Dragon Quest games. It's a very big running theme throughout most Dragon Quest games. That the Lord of Dark Evil Death Doom, the Dark Evil Death Lord that you fight in the beginning, that you've been chasing for the first half of the game, is not the final villain. Someone even stronger than them is the true final villain. Oh, hold on, let me do this.
Catch me if you can.
Sage says, where the main antagonist is just a servant of the true ultimate power. Yeah, it's not even that. It's not that. See, that is what normally what Dragon Quest does, but in this game's case, Mordegon doesn't work for Cosmos. He absorbed some of Cosmos' power and then ran off. Mordegon actually fights against Cosmos, like in Act 2 of the game. Cosmos tried to absorb his power that had been sealed away, until Mordegon just comes out of nowhere and destroys the ball of power, leaving Cosmos with no power and trapped in the form of like one of these little dark toggles here. Good thing I have Omni Heal. Yeah, trapped in the form of these dark little toggles, kind of stranded in that form. So yeah, as far as Dark Lords go, before the game even started, he was already had his ass beat once, and then the only reason he's still around is because Morkint pulled up a Traitoro. Morkint pulled a Traitoro and killed the Luminary before he could kill Plasmos, and then Morkin absorbed some of his power. Then Plasmos' power got sealed away, and he kind of just had to like run around as a little Darkling, just like walk around doing nothing. And when he finally got the chance to, in the first timeline, when he finally got the chance to absorb his power, Mordekin destroys it, basically cursing him to be a Darkling for all of existence. And he would have stayed that way until this idiot, the Luminary of the modern time, decided to go back in time, and Plasmos follows him back in time. And with Mordekin having been beaten before he can act his plan, Plasmos absorbs his power and gains to full strength. And now he's about to get his ass kicked by another Luminary. By this Luminary. And if a bit of what that's... And if what... Says Omni Heal, huh? You're welcome. Yes, thank you for teaching Serena it. I mean, Serena is my sage, so she does know... So it makes sense that she would learn it from you. But... Now... Just one last thing before I continue this. If this sounds a little familiar to you, the idea of a character in a game designed by Akira Toriyama, who travels back in time, who like uses a special sword, who travels back in time to stop a great evil from destroying the world, and in the process, a small creature who hitches a ride with him on his time travel method, goes back in time, and gains enough power to become he looks purple now, but I'm about to use this and he's going to turn green. A green, bug-like creature. With kind of space ability, with abilities reminiscent of energy blasts, and like summoning smaller versions of himself. And you might be thinking, and in a story that was going to end, that was originally supposed to end at a certain point, but they decided to bring it back, and they just kind of added this on here. And if you're thinking, now Brockheiser, that sounds very, very eerily similar to the Cell Arc in Dragon Ball Z. Well, I already said all of that on Saturday. And I mean, I have no confirmation. I have no idea if Toriyama worked on the story for this anymore at all. And as far as I know, I only know that he did like art design. But yeah, that does sound very similar. Sage says, oh gosh damn it. Sage says, oh, another instance of how time travel ruins everything. Sage, this is why you and I get along so well. I mean, for many other reasons as well, but also, yes, knowing that you hate time travel as much as I do. Anyway, I'm gonna go, let me stop his superpower form. Sage says you don't have your own Gohan to smoke the boss. Yeah. Sleep said, I argue the Cell Arc was better than the Freezer Arc, and that's coming from a person who does not care for DBZ. I cannot provide an opinion one way or another because I have not actually gotten to watch Dragon Ball in full. I'm just making a joke. I'm just joking around because of all these similarities I've noticed, but I guess I did say that, like, when I played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, that I liked the Frieza arc more than the Cell arc, but that was a video game showing an abridged version of the show's events. That doesn't really give, like, that's not really, like, the best indicator of the show's quality.
Your fate is already sealed.
Now, you can actually fight Plasmos in his purple form, but doing so, all of your attacks do half damage, and his attacks are even stronger. But that's not why I decided to fight him in this form. Well, that's part of the reason I decided to use the Super Sword of Light, to fight him in his weakened state. But I also used it so I could get the awesome Dragon Quest III music. So he's got about 11,000 HP on his main body. What I'm going to do is try to actually target the main... Focus my attacks on the main body. That did about 300 damage to his main body. But I need to kill those Darklings. I need to kill those Darklings. But anyway, okay. Before I do that, though, I'm going to use This is basically what I'm going to do the most damage to him at once. As long as Eric is alive. Divide to have Eric do the same attack, do an attack 3 times over, and critical claim for a guaranteed critical hit. This will easily do over 1,000 damage in a single hit. Yep. So that's about 1,500 damage he's taken so far. Sage says, so Art gave us Super Trunks and Gohan become a true hero. Yeah, this music sounds better for Final Battle than the other music anyways. Well, there's a lot in this game that is reminiscent of Dragon Quest III. Which makes sense because as we will see when we get to the final cutscene of the game, this is actually a stealth prequel to that game. Anyway, Giga Slash. Oh no, Serena's paralyzed. Okay, pet powers. Sage says, like how Ooze is a much better final boss theme than Abyss in PS4. Oh, you mean Phantasy Star 4? I'm guessing you mean Phantasy Star 4. I'm gonna kill this Darkling first. Oh, okay. But, yeah, this game is... There's a lot... I haven't been mentioning all of them, but there's a lot of ties between this game and Dragon Quest III. One of the main ones is that the original Luminaries party is composed of a hero in a blue tunic, this exact same blue tunic that Brawliver is wearing, a Sage Girl, or like a healer girl, a wizard in like a green outfit with like the Link cap, and a warrior in red armor with like a specific kind of helmet. It's basically reminiscent of like the what's usually used as the main party for Dragon Quest III. Because you can actually make characters in Dragon Quest III instead of there being like set characters. Okay, Pink Tornado. So that's about 1,800 damage to him. Yeah, Brawliver's dead. They are nearly dead. Gosh, she's still... Okay, they might be about to die already. Him paralyzing the 2 people on this main team who can heal is a big problem. That's like over 2,200, yeah.
Catch me if you can.
God damn it. Okay, 2,100. Gotta kill all of them. Oh, there's my standby party. Okay, 2,100 damage to him so far. Really? So yeah, him paralyzing both Brawliver and Serena, preventing them from being able to heal anyone, could have really screwed me over here. Okay.
We need to fight it back. My friends.
Sage says, I can't believe you're going to beat the game while the main character is dead. Oh no, I'll bring him back. I have a way to bring him back. Yeah, I'll use Kaboomal.
Think you can handle this? Yeah!
Okay, that's like 2,600. Let me bring back Brawler first. Because he can also use Kazing. And I've got enough money for it, so Gold Rush.
Pay the piper.
See, it's about 2,900. Oh, he can go again. Okay.
Jackpot.
2,900, that's like 30. It's like 3,200. So, I can revive party members, but there's a really weird thing in this game. I don't know why it's like this. You have to have a party member on the main team to revive them. Except for specific abilities. But yeah, now I'll have to switch out one of my living party members with one of my dead ones in order to revive them, which is annoying. That's about 3,700. Okay, 3,700, that's about 4,100. So yeah, Sage, when you were laughing about his mask, yeah, there's a reason he had the mask on. It's because his true face is this weird baby face. Okay, it might seem like I'm about to lose, but I actually have one other option. Never mind, Hendrik just fell asleep. Okay, never mind. We're kind of screwed here. Unless Hendrik wakes up. Okay, that's about 99, so that's about... Yeah, okay, 2,900. Okay. Well, he woke up. That's good. Kerplunk. He revives everyone, but Hendrik's now dead. But it revives everyone in the backup party, too. I was hoping to wait to use this later, but... Sage's freaking Android 19. Okay, I need to destroy that thing. Hold on. God, he's taking like 2,900 damage. 2,900. It's about 3,300. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Because I don't know when he'll move in the turn order. You know, I'll use Pink Tornado. This might destroy one of his arms. 3,300, that's about 3,600. Okay, it did enough. It disrupted him. So, contributing to this guy being a goober, to being a jobber, yeah, his own final attack can be hit back. If you disrupt him, you can take enough damage. And it can be lobbed back at him. 'Cause you suck! Okay, about 3,700 damage to him. And he's lost one of his arms now. What are you even saying? Okay, then 3,700? I'm gonna actually see... Yeah. Okay, 3,700, that's about 4,100. Let me use Omni Heal.
Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's 4,100, I believe is what I said. It's about to be a lot more. Yeah, he's down to about half health.
You're wide open!
Okay, 4,100, that's about 5,200. I'll use Revamp. Because even if he fires off a Disruptive Wave, that'll use up one of his attacks. Sages, you missed the joke from a little earlier regarding that spell, lol. Sorry. Oh, time to use the ability above Omni Heal Flow of Life. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, sorry I missed that because of this. I missed that because I was focusing on the fight. Sorry about that. Good joke, though. Okay, he's down to like 4,800 Omni Heal.
What's going on?
Okay, 4,800. What's... Okay, I think I've done 4,800. I'd really like to, if I can. Okay, I think I said I'd done about 4,800 damage to him. Okay, I'm gonna have y'all vote. We're gonna decide this early. I'm gonna have y'all vote now. How do I want to kill this guy? So, do we want to... Which finishing move should I use? I want to do it with one of Jade's attacks, but should I have her rear end him with hip drop, or kill him with a beam of pure, or kill him with a beam of pure sexiness with sexy beam? Sage says, "Where's Matthew Mercer?" Asked the question. Matthew Mercer ain't gonna be here for this. Well, that would be amazing. I'd love to meet Matthew Mercer, but I'm never gonna get the chance to. So yeah, I'll let y'all decide. It'll take me a little bit to wind down his health, but still. 4,800, so that's about 5,500. Okay, that's killed Eric. Thankfully, though, Rolliver knows Kazing, so he can be useful. Ooh, it's tied right now. So yeah, decide if you want me to kill... Decide if you want me to kill him with the power of Jade's ass, or with the power of a beam of pure sexiness. So yeah, I've done about 5,500 damage. Actually... Okay, no, his name's looking orange. He doesn't have much health left in him. Okay, I'll let y'all keep voting. Here, I'm gonna actually focus on killing his claw.
You ready for this?
Oh, it's tied right now. Okay. Yeah, anyone watching, how do you want me to kill this guy? We have hip drop and the sexy beam. Sexy beam will do more damage, but hip drop would probably be even funnier. In the meantime, we will enjoy the amazing music. Okay, she's revamped. Hip Trump will take less MIP, so she can do it more. You know what? Okay, that was taking a bit of time. It looks like no one else is voting, so I will... No, I'll let the poll run. I'll let the poll keep running. I'll do revamp instead. Yeah, boost her stats even further to go double bunny breaker. Oh, his arm's back. Ah, Brawler's confused. You kidding me? Brawler. Okay, effects of paralysis, poison. Does she have anything that'll... I don't think she has anything that'll deal with, Okay, hold on. I'm gonna use this chance. Elfin Elixir. On Jade. Restore her MIP. So as long as you don't Omni Healing Confusion, you should be fine, probably. Okay, you know what? It's looking a bit even now. I'm gonna actually make the executive decision because it'll be funnier. Because it'll be funnier if we end up killing. The sexy beam is funny, but it is also an actual laser beam. It is actual a heart beam, so it does look a bit cool. So it'll be even sillier if we kill him, which is Jade slamming her butt into him. So I'm making executive decision. We'll go ahead and go with that. Also, that it looks like no one else is gonna vote, so we would have ended up in a tie. Everyone else, I'm gonna have focus on attacking. Oh, dang it, he doesn't have enough myth. Ah, dang it. Oh my gosh, it actually worked. Well, he attacked the claw, so that's good. Damn. So it's a good thing I didn't exactly focus on the claws. Oh, okay, hip drop wins. Anyway, so yeah, it's a good thing I didn't end up focusing on the claws because you can just regenerate them. Speaking of regenerating, Omni Heal. Okay, I'm gonna restore your MIP.
Here.
Ah, damn it. Uh-oh. Okay, gonna have to change up tactics a little bit here. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to change up tactics. I know he's got at least 999 health, so I'm gonna use multi-feet to stop him from using that flame on us. I really hate to kill him with this, but, well... Dang, he's not going down. Wait, can I have something? You also avoid instant death attacks when their HP is bad. Oh, I got an idea. Yeah, Grace of the Goddess. That way if she dies, she'll come back to life. Okay. Oh, yes. Scorching Sleep, no. Dang, it's not doing enough. Ah, it's not doing enough. Dang it. Cutting it close here. Here. Let me hope this works. And... you know, I'm gonna put faith on this. It was not enough. Okay. Let's see if this works. Oh, dang it! Well, I beat him! It was so close! Wait, is he just gonna stay there in the middle? He's just gonna stay there in the middle of his animation with that fireball hanging above him? Ah, dang it! Ah, well, at least I got to the... So he says, he is a thief, he stole the kill! At least I got to do the hip drop on him one more time. That's exactly how I feel about this. Yeah, at least I got to do the hip drop on him one more time, and I'm not gonna be angry. It's much better that I ended up killing him before he did that final flame and annihilated my team. At least we still have the memory of Jade killing more dragon with hip drop. With hip drop.
Bested by mere humans. Twice.
Yeah, 'cause you suck! You weird baby-faced bug man. Oh no, Burnout Bond, you raided just as I beat the final boss! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Sai says Ada has demons. Burnout Bond says Ada has demons. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should give a shout out to Kelly AFU. I forgot to do that earlier. She also. Yeah, welcome in. I just beat Totally Not Cell. Bubble of Jigsaw says Ada has demonstrated. Stations of Ada's demons, Jake confused with the power of sexy.
But know this, the dark
Yeah. Give us the whole, oh, well, I didn't kill you, but my next incarnation will. Just sink into non-existence, you weirdo.
My body may die, but my spirit shall live on. I shall endure.
Buffalo Ding says, why did it autocorrect to demonstrator? Well, welcome in. I just beat the final boss of this game. So we're gonna watch through to the end of this, and then I'm gonna cut the stream for a second, and then we will switch to Final Fantasy VII.
Light, foul light, hideous. Why do you burn so bright?
He really did. He really is a jobber. They said unleash the power of the sun. Which in this world might be composed of electricity? Anyway, we blew up the void, but that's apparently possible. Great job, Rolver. You just blew up the void. And that's it. With that, I beat the game. I mean, nuclear power is a thing, so why not? No, what I mean is, so what I mean by that is, the Luminary is the hero of light, is the hero of light, who wields the sword of light, given to him by the god tree Yggdrasil, the tree of light. But all of his unique abilities are lightning related. Like the sword of light that you get, it does lightning damage. Sleep says the Luminary's Dragon Quest users. I would call him the Dragon Quest Dovahkiin, Dragonborn. Or like, I've described this game as a Dragon Quest game with a Bethesda game protagonist.
What began with Erdwin and his companions
Sage says, well,
so
lightning,
long
close
ago,
enough.
finishes here today, with us. What are you looking so serious for? We should be celebrating.
He always looks like that, dang it! He can't celebrate. He doesn't have emotions. Wait, is he speaking?
I get it. You're thinking of her, aren't you? You want to go and
How
help
can you
her?
tell? He only has one expression on his blank face.
What are we waiting for?
Well, I'm waiting for him to actually show any emotion. Sage says, leave him be. He has resting jerk face. I will not leave him be. This game was an amazing cast of characters and a pretty good overall story that would work amazingly if it wasn't if the whole world and story didn't revolve around this blank silent piece of wood that can't do or say anything for himself. Although I guess I can ease up a little bit. Because of my actions in previous streams, I have cursed him to be eternally maidenless, and thus he has now reached the apex of his life at 18. He will go no further beyond this.
You have succeeded in your quest.
Sage says, you know how these games work. They force him to be a self-insert.
No longer hang heavy over the land.
See, well, Sage, that's... In most games, yeah... Sage, yeah, in most games, yeah, but the thing is... In most Dragon Quest games, yeah, but in most... The thing is, with a lot of games with silent a lot of RPGs with silent protagonists, they don't really give you much details about their life beyond like them being the chosen one, the chosenness.
This is so.
This guy, though, we know his entire backstory.
What?
Like, we know that he's the prince of an ancient kingdom. We know that both of his parents are dead. We've seen flashbacks to we've seen flashbacks to cutscenes with him as a kid where he talks and has a personality. It's just that they erased it. Sage says, why you gotta call me out? I wasn't calling you out. I said that the Luminary is gonna peak at 18, and that this is this is basically the fulfillment of his life is right now. Are you, Sage, are you a silent protagonist who is also the chosen one of a world? Who only exists in the world as the only exists in order to kill one specific creature because your previous incarnation failed to kill that creature? Oh good, she's back to being human. Wait a second. How are Sarita and Veronica reincarnations of her if she's still alive? Just in taco form. Ah, fuck it, it's the end of the game. Not gonna worry about it.
Art thou?
Wait, she's the Luminary now? You can do that?
Thou wouldst have me return there?
Wait, are they about to retcon everything again? Wait, hold on a second. Game, hold on. I didn't remember this part from the end of game. Whoa there. Hold on. Are you about to retcon everything again? Also, what the fuck? You could transfer being the Luminary? When did you learn this? Couldn't you transfer to one of the other party members? Sage says, I wish, I play RPGs to live up my power and fantasy to be able to travel and actually help people. I did not know that you did that, actually. I thought you just played RPGs because you thought they were fun. Sage says, hold up, she's using archaic speech. We go back to DQ1. Well, she's supposed to be reminiscent of Dragon Quest 3 because she's from a long bygone age, but are you telling me this fucker would have given the Luminary powers to anyone? Are we about to end under time again? I don't remember this one. Oh, okay, they're still existing. The sword didn't break, so...
Thank you, Luminary.
Sleep says, I once again instantiate that Act 3 has been nothing more than fanfiction.
I hope she finds him.
Sage says, this is about to circle back and show how the twins are reincarnations of a future version of a past life.
She just disappeared. Why can't I shake the feeling this has all happened before?
Stop it. What are you nodding for? What are you nodding for, asshole? So, just to basically explain a little bit, if you weren't there for previous streams. So she says, gosh damn it, this is a Dragon Quest 1, this is Final Fantasy 1. So, friggin' time loops. So to explain a little bit what I mean by I've cursed this main character to peak to be level 7, to be peak at 18, where he will not advance beyond this. And it appears that the game itself might have cursed him to that. Might have cursed him to that. So the there's in the big trial, there's a big couple of trials you can do, like extra challenge dungeons you can do with a couple of rewards in them. And one of the possible rewards you can get is you can have the guy presiding over the dungeon rewrite time, or not rewrite time. He can warp reality to where the main character can marry one of the girls, either Gemma, this girl from his hometown village, Serena, the cleric, or Jade, the martial artist girl. And in my original playthrough of this game, I married Jade because I really like Jade. I really like martial arts girls. However, over the course of this journey throughout this game, I have grown to dislike the main character in this game and how they've misused him being a silent protagonist so much that I have intentionally not given him, did not choose that option after beating the trials I have beaten before defeating this game. I have cursed him to where he will never have a loving relationship with any of the girls from the party. He will be forever alone, maidenless for the rest of his life. I don't know if there's an option where you can actually have him marry one of the boys. I don't think so. I don't think so. But if there is, I have still cursed him to be forever alone. I might even get rid of the amiibo I have of this character. That's how much I've grown to dislike the main character in this game. Rest of the game's amazing. Fantastic. If you haven't played a Dragon Quest before and you wanted to play one, I would still recommend this is the one to start with. Partially because it's the one mainly available. Sages, OMG, you just hit me. Rab is Grandpa Gohan. Possibly. Rab is the Luminary's actual grandfather, so. You're kinda right. You might be right there. Sages, spoilers for a 17-year-old game. Just to go back to what you're all saying, y'all can spoil Final Fantasy 1. I don't think I'm missing out on much by y'all spoiling Final Fantasy 1. I am still interested to play it, but Sages says Brawl hasn't beaten FF1. Yeah, but I'm sure FF1 isn't gonna have. I'm sure. Well, we'll see. I can't really say anything about Final Fantasy 1 because I haven't played it yet. But morning, my little treasure. I was worried you were going to spend the whole day in bed. It's another wonderful sunny day, so you should be out there enjoying it. You're the one who brought the light back, after all. So go out and greet the world. Everyone will be happy to see you. I know they will. So I mean, the secret of FF1 is that it's a time loop, and that's why Stranger in Paradise works. You time travel? Says Whiskey Tango Foxtrot is SFPFO. So he is Sleepless is referring to Stranger in Paradise, which is the prequel to Final Fantasy 1 with Jack Garland, Killer of Chaos, and his MP3. And his hard heavy metal. So he says, "Oh, don't worry, bro. This isn't just time travel." Oh no. Wait, was this treasure chest here all the time? Ah, dang. Could have picked that up from the very beginning. I could have picked that up. Slim says, it's double secret advanced time travel. Oh boy. This is gonna be visiting those games will be interesting then. Do you remember the first time you set off on your adventures? Back 4 months ago? I was so worried I stayed up all night making good shot to keep you safe. Feels like ages ago now, doesn't it? And think you ended up saving the world. We just thought you were off to Heliodor. But even though you're a big hero now, to me you'll always be Brawler. Wherever you go, I'll always be waiting for you here in Cobblestone. Oh, it's just him here. Alright. Wait, no. Give me? Oh, I can't change him out. He's back in this. Sue says, what's even weirder is that Stranger of Paradise ties itself into the city of all things. Really? Oh, okay. We go talk to him.
Well, look who it is.
It's so nice to see you again.
Says, I see why you'd have the
Feels
option to
like
marry
age
Gemma.
now
She
since
seems
we
like a sweet
defeated the
girl.
Dark One, doesn't it?
Gemma is a sweet girl. She's basically the main character's childhood friend who's been in the childhood friend that is in the village and your main NPC in Cobblestone. Which is why I am not going to let Brawliver marry her. She deserves much better than him. If I could, I would reach into this game's code and rip my name away from this character.
Now, let's get down to business, shall we?
But we already defeated the
Are you
Huns.
worried that your life might be lacking purpose now things have quietened down?
Gosh, I sure hope his does.
Do you remember the vision we saw some time ago? The one where Serenica and the Watchers sent Kalasmos up to his prison in the sky? Well, afterwards, Serenica took the Sword of Light back to its rightful resting place in the heart of Yggdrasil, didn't she?
Ah, damn it, they
we
made
were
another
thinking,
time
what with
paradox.
the sword being such a symbol of Erdrea's
Oh, wait, no,
newfound
never mind.
peace and everything.
Okay, that was when Serenica originally put the sword back. It's the same sword. Okay. I was worried for a second they were about to say that we had two swords of light going around, but no, they're the same sword.
We should do as Serenica did. We should return it to the World Tree for
So
safekeeping.
this is, oh, for damn sure, Dissidia is peak fanfiction. If there was an easily available way to play any of the Dissidia games, I would have absolutely included some of them on the list for First Fantasy. But I'm not sure. I don't even remember what systems they're all on. Sage says, poor Veronica, being cursed to be a child, should never be able to marry either if she wanted to. Poor Veronica, she's still stuck as a kid.
We know how attached to it you are, but we couldn't help thinking it would be safer with Yggdrasil. And besides...
Sage says, I have a copy of the first Dissidia, but I don't have a
Elusive Age,
PSP.
would we?
If they're PSP games, could I even get them through emulators? Could I even get them through emulators?
So what do you say? Shall we take the Sword of Light back to where it belongs?
Why are you giving me a yes or no? You know, I'm gonna have him say no.
Don't be like that. We can't have the most important weapon in the world rusting in a cowshed in Cobblestone, can we?
But we don't. But that's not the most important world. I made the Supreme Sword of Light, which is an even stronger version.
Come on, I know you must be itching to get back on the road again. Stop being such a spoil sport. So what do you say? Shall we take the Sword of Light back to where it belongs?
The game is giving me one last middle finger by giving me this dialogue choice, this choice with no actual choice in it. Fine.
That's the spirit. Right, we're ready when you are, so just let us know when you want to
Sage
set off.
out of nowhere screaming, Dissidia disappointed me. I was expecting a Final Fantasy version of the Musou series. I mean, that does sound kind of awesome, but then again, Final Fantasy fighting games sounds really cool as well.
I'm sure we won't be gone for too long. But it's quite a way to Yggdrasil and back. Why don't you go and say your goodbyes, and we'll wait here for you.
Look, it's already 8:49. Let's just get going. Wait, do we not get to say... Hold on. Do I not get to say goodbye to any of the other party members? Are none of the party members in the village? Really? I don't see him around. Wow. That's sad. They just kind of left. After the ending of Act 2, where it actually kind of showed where they were all going, and us slowly dropping off. Or them getting dropped off in different areas, huh? I hope we get to see them before the end, before the credits start rolling. So, are you ready to get started? Alright, looks like you've said all your goodbyes to these townspeople you've seen for about 5 minutes at the start of the game. So let's get going. It's time to take a Sword Light back to its rightful resting place. Station, it's not really a fighting game though, it's just a 1v1 with similar combat style of FF7R and FF15. I mean like a 3D fighting game, but still. It kind of sounds... yeah. That really just tells me that it's like in a fighting game close to the style of games like Budokai Tenkaichi or like the other open arena fighters. Actually, that also, or Anarchy Reigns, which makes me interested in it even more. Sage, to think of it, just clearing through hordes of enemies with Cloud or Tifa. I mean, isn't that an FF7 remake? Isn't that like how the remake and rebirth games are like? You like... I don't know. I haven't gotten to play them yet, but Sage says, I don't know, never played them. Well, we'll have to see when I get to FF7 remake. Speaking of which, yeah, after the credits roll on this, I'm gonna cut the stream for a little bit. No, give me my outfit I had. Give me that. Dang it, game. Yeah, after the credits roll on this, I'm gonna give the I'm gonna cut the stream for just a second to give like Dragon Quest XI a definitive final end in its VOD. Like basically give the VOD for the make a separate VOD for the ending of Dragon Quest XI, and then I'll immediately I'll change the info and immediately restart the stream and we'll go into Final Fantasy VII. Thanks again to Kelly AFU and Burnout Vaughn for the raids. Really appreciate it. Well, Sage, since you haven't played the FF7 remake games, then you'll get to experience them for the first time while I am. While I'm playing through them, at least. Excuse me. Sorry.
Coming here brings back a lot of memories, doesn't it? It's such a special place.
Man, can you imagine if Morgan had actually won and taken the sword from himself? That would have been crazy. One of us might have even possibly died. And then we would have all been separated and had to go on crazy adventures to go back to get stronger and learn from that experience.
At first there was nothing. Then came the light.
Yeah, that'd be, pretty crazy.
That's how the books of legend begin. The world was a cold, desolate wasteland. And then...
Sorry, says when I'm able to catch the stream, please. That's true. That's true.
It was the gift of the world tree.
Well, whatever streams you are able to catch, I'll be happy to see you there. And if you're not able to catch these streams, that's fine. I know the people. I know how busy things are for people.
This is where it all began. This is the source from which the river of life flows. I think it's time, don't you?
Wait, yeah, I just remembered. I mentioned this in one of the previous streams, but if this game is a prequel to Dragon Quest 3, this means it also is a prequel to Dragon Quest 1 and 2. I won't. Says, yeah, we're about to enter peak season at work too. Oh gosh. Sorry to hear that, man. Good thing it took the lesser of the swords he was carrying. Now he can keep the other sword all to himself. Wait, what am I saying? Why would I want the Supreme Sword of Light to be in the hands of Brawlover? Or why would I want it to be in the hands of this game's protagonist? Oh, hello, dragon!
So you have come at last. Welcome, children of the light.
What do you mean, come at last? This is like the third or fourth time we've been here.
Kind once called the Ig Dragon. Yggdrasil and I are one and the same.
Tree dragon.
Long ago.
Okay, I'm saving a picture of that. That's an awesome image. Oh, damn you, game! Such a cool image, though. It's like a dragon fighting this giant bug monster.
My radiance was extinguished.
I have to snip a piece. I'll have to snip that image of that from the VOD later.
All light. Without me, the world grew dim. Until finally,
Stacey, you'll have to go to the VOD and put that. Yarn it.
Entirely. But that was not the end. The Watchers, my erstwhile comrades in arms, came to my aid. The time that had been torn from me was set in motion once again. I shed my old form and took on a new one.
Poor god dragon. Poor goddess dragon. She was once a cool dragon, then she had to become a tree.
This world. How long have I waited for true heroes to appear and bring this story to an end?
How long have I waited for someone to kill that damned bug and finally end this game?
Before you. No, it fell to you to vanquish him once and for all.
Oh, that's right, there's a second tie to Dragon Quest XI. Okay, so there's actually two ties between this and Dragon Quest III.
Luminary.
We're about to see the first one.
You are the one. The savior of Erdrea.
Says, oh no, now I have two sets of Watchers, along with the likes of Mojo and the other creepers to make up the brass. Wait, what?
The title of Erdrick. Mightiest of heroes.
Right, so that's the first tie to Dragon Quest III. He was just Erdrick is the name of the main hero from DQ3.
No day without night.
Says, hold on. Okay, I'm not sure I should do that. That might turn off my computer, but okay.
None can say when.
I'm holding on.
Nor what form it might take. Perhaps I myself may even succumb to the night.
Well, that's a bit of a gruesome foreshadow right there.
These things.
Says Erdrick, the one whose descendant was the hero from Dragon War? Yeah, the main character of Dragon Quest III, like I was saying.
Even should the worst come to pass.
Okay, still holding on. Yeah, the main character of Dragon Quest III is called Erdrick, so this is apparently saying that, yeah, this is actually a prequel to that game. Because your Luminary was the first to be given the title of Erdrick.
To take the sword in hand once more. And the echoes of that hero's valor shall ring through the ages.
Okay, I'm gonna stop holding on. So, yep. So this was a stealth prequel the entire time. I did it! Also, because this game has been confirmed, because this game ends with a revelation that it was a R.I.P. Akira Toriyama, R.I.P. But because this game is revealed at the very end to be a surprise prequel to Dragon Quest III, that makes it interesting, very interesting that the next game to be released after this will likely be the remake of Dragon Quest III. Yeah, this will likely be the next game to be released. Will likely be the remake of Dragon Quest III because we've actually seen footage of that game. So there's Dragon Quest I. I think this might have been a big anniversary game, but I forget if it was exactly. But so it says, wait, was that Erdrick or the descendant of Erdrick looking at Charlotte Castle? That was the main hero from Dragon Quest I. That was Dragon Quest I, boy. Dragon Quest III, boy, looks a bit different. I like how I like the cool motion graphics with the title. So yeah, now we go on to Dragon Quest 2. So like I was saying, playing through this game has been a delight. Like this has been enjoyable, and I've wanted to replay this game on the channel for some time. And getting to do so, like play this in full after basically playing this originally back in 2019 and then playing many different RPGs over the past couple of years while I was streaming. And experiencing those games for the first time, and then getting to go back and re-experience this was a really great. Okay, here we are, Dragon Quest 3. Was a really great time. And going back on it, most of the game is still great. The main most of the game is still great. The combat's great. All of the all the other party members besides the main character are great. The overall story is decent. The world is really nice. All the different areas are good. The way the monsters and locations are designed and used with all the puns is delightful. It's a really fun, it really does give you like this big, even though you're on a, really from a lot of the game, you're on a pretty linear path through it. Okay, there's Dragon Quest 4. While you're on a pretty linear path through most of it, it's still a lot of fun to like explore. It has the feeling of a big world that you're exploring. The one all the game's problems really just tie to the main character being a silent protagonist. And there are games where it works. And I know it is a staple of RPGs that the main character is a silent protagonist, but they have this game, the reason why I complain about it so much in this game is there's a weird problem this game has, where they both want the main character to be a silent, blank insert character that the player can like insert themselves onto. Okay, Dragon Quest V. Yeah, Dragon Quest V. They want them to be that, like a blank self-insert character that the player can like just exist in. And then they also want the main character of this game to be a defined character with his own backstory, specific look. With his own backstory, specific look, and the entire world based around, and an entire world focused around him. I think that was like Dragon Quest 6. No, wait. Is Dragon Quest 5 or 6? I was kind of losing track. Getting to see this old sprite work for the game is amazing. Station, if I remember correctly, 5 was the last one to be connected to the original story before this one. I'm not certain about that. I do know that 1 through 3 are their trilogy of games. Oh, this might be 6. Yeah, this might be 6. I thought, from what I remember, I think like 4, 5. I think like 4. Like there's a couple. I'm not sure. I just know 1, 2, and 3 are connected to this game. Yeah, next should be Dragon Quest 7. Ooh, that's a good logo right there. But yeah, a lot of stuff, like the story in the second act, how they do the story in the second act, where it looks like you're about to reach the Sword of Holiness, only for it to get jumped by the main villain, and he steals your sword and your powers in order to like destroy the world, and all like the character journeys everyone else has to go through. That's all great. The problem is just like, yeah, they keep revealing all this important information. Ooh, Dragon Quest 8. They keep revealing all this important information for the cast of the game, for like the main character of the game. But they don't have him react to you. They don't have him do anything with it. Like, even in flashbacks, I keep saying this, but even in flashbacks in-game, they gave him a specific, not just like they have him talk, but they have the younger version of the main character. They give him a personality, a specific style of speaking. He has his own accent and a personality as a kid, and then you just go to how he looks in the, or how he acts in the main story. He's just... Ooh, Dragon Quest 9, here we go. This is the only other 9 is the only other Dragon Quest game I've gotten to beat. Whenever I get to play one of these other whenever I get to play another Dragon Quest game, I'm either gonna play I'm either gonna replay. I'm either gonna play 3 remake. It's really gonna depend on what releases work first. Like either 3 remake, 12, or replay through 8. Replay through 9, or maybe play through 8 for the first time. There is so much. I have a lot of nostalgia for 9. So if they hadn't had that scene with Dark Talkle in the desert, would there have been a lead-in for Act 3? Not really. I guess. Not really, but it would have left a bunch of the game's world. A bunch of the game's world and a bunch of stuff in the world. Just. It would have just been there. Like, it would have just been. Like, for example, Erdwin's lantern, the giant glowing artificial sun in the sky, would have just been there for. But anyway, so yeah. Overall, I think this game is great, and again, just partially due to the fact that it's the most easily available one, and just overall game quality and quality of gameplay, it is definitely worth playing. But man, that main character. This has ended up with the main character of the Luminary. The Luminary has ended up becoming one of my most disliked main protagonists in any RPG. Which I would have not have expected. Also, I guess Serenika's rewriting time. Oh wait, is she rewriting? Hold on. Okay, no, we're leading into too many time travel plot holes. We're leading into too many time travel plot holes. So who's she searching for again? Erdwin, the original Luminary, the ancestor that that Oliver reincarnated from. Yeah, this guy is the original Luminary, who the main character of the game is a reincarnation of. So remember, so if Serenica it returns back time, such as he looks cool. He also has a personality. He also has a personality, specific style of speaking. Also, I guess they're both luminaries now? Man, that's a fucking bunch of... Oh, here we have the second... We should have the second scene in just a second that connects it to Dragon Quest III. And this was the main thing I was thinking of. Take out that red book to the side. It might have some forging recipes. So if they have children, those will be Luminary Squared. That's some Dragon Quest V talk right there.
Cooey. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Morning, my darling. It's time to get up. Today's a very important day.
That is the intro cutscene for Dragon Quest III. With the main character being woken up out of bed by their mom. But yeah, if Serenica has gone back in time, knowing her knowledge of the future, it is possible that she, in the last part of this, she could end up. I mean, because she's gonna try to save the Luminary from being Erdwin from being killed, which means that in the final moment, that final little cutscene there could have implied that the entire timeline, everything I went through, is about to be just. I don't know if I'd say erased, but there's definitely gonna be some changes. I'm gonna stop thinking about this. It'd probably be better for my mental health. And yeah. So yes, as you can see here, this was my first playthrough of the game that I did back in 2019. So this is on some Back to the Future 2 stuff. So yeah, this was my original playthrough from 2019. From 2019, there's a little save point at 2021 because I revisited the game a little bit then, and at 100 hours and 15 minutes, and here's my second playthrough here with Brawliver on 144 hours and 60 minutes. There, we get to hear the cool save theme one more time. 104, almost 150 hours. My God. So that's Dragon Quest XI. Glad that. Let me mark that on my playthroughs. Let me see where that's at. Now the stream's not done. I'm gonna go into Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy VII in just a little bit. Yeah, let me just mark that down. So that makes game number 100. That makes playthrough number 129. What is it? Okay, which started on January 12th and completed now today, April 15th. So basically, yeah, 4 months. That makes 129 playthroughs on the channel. So I just want to say again, thank you to everyone who came for this. It was a really great time getting to replay through this, and I got to meet some wonderful people follow the channel because of me doing this. So now then, wait, what's this thing about video streaming and distribution there? Some music copyright. They're using streams of the game to primarily pros. Uh-oh. Well, we're just gonna ignore that for a second. I'm joking. I'm completely fine. These VODs of this would have gotten like taken down if there was a problem with this. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to cut the stream for a second. I'm gonna actually end the stream. Then I'm going to change all the info to Final Fantasy VII and restart it so that I can put like a definitive finale on this. Oh, I guess because I was like mentioning before at the start. One last thing, at the start of this, I was like playing this just because originally back when I first played this was one of my favorite RPGs. Looking back on it now, I still think this is a fantastic game, but I don't think I would label this as one of my favorite RPGs anymore. And that's really just because like one, the problem with the main character I have, but mainly because I've just played so many games since then that I could say I'd like even more. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream for just a second, then I'm gonna go to like stream starting soon again, and we'll give it a couple minutes while I take a short break, and then we'll start more Final Fantasy VII. So I will return in just a little bit. This is just to show that I'm ending this VOD. Don't worry, it's not ending. I'll be back in just a little bit.